11 o'clock this morning. We had a birthday party right away this morning.
Oh, that's right. She said that.
And then right after the birthday party was 11 to 2. And then we went to volleyball from 3 to 4. And then I've been here, about 4:45.
Yeah. She said Chris is going to be exhausted.
I stayed up till 2 a.m. last night. I couldn't fall asleep.
That's good.
Sound like me.
I tossed and turned and I played with all my sports cards.
Nada.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. We're sideways.
Sitting sideways.
I thought he'd fix that. It's alright, back it up. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Juvenile.
Put it in reverse, Terry, back it up.
That's good right there. Oh, we got one.
It sucks that it doesn't give you the full screen when you go.
It did, we done it
Vertical.
before. It gave me an option when I first started it.
I'm your one viewer.
Huh?
I'm your one viewer.
I'm
Now we got,
watching
we're up
too.
to 5 now.
Yeah.
Hey, you are gonna have to come in here and sign in.
Yeah.
What's up, RJ?
Yeah.
We haven't done a Saturday live in 25, as Brady says. Brady's over here on his poetry tonight.
We ain't
so
done a
y'all-
live in 25.
Y'all live for a treat tonight. Hey, you're still gonna have to come over here and sign in on this.
Yeah. I gotta figure it out.
What's your email?
Bourbon Jamaican KY at Gmail.
Are you just saying because you want to respond and it show that it's
Yeah.
you? Then I can.
It should be the same as the.
Type it in.
What year it should be? What year did we? I can't remember the year.
Yes.
Which
Our
Cedar Ridge
Facebook
is
birthday
that
was
one?
yesterday.
The Cedar Ridge is double oak.
It was 2 years ago, though, 2023. Or
There, let me
2024.
let me type real quick. No, but it's going as me. It's interesting. I even switched accounts. I switched and it switched me back.
That's
It
probably
ain't that
why
big
you
a deal.
signed out here.
Ain't that big a deal. We can answer it verbally. They're gonna be listening to us. Cedar Ridge is the double oak. So
Y'all
Since-
can start out.
We
go
can
find
put
it.
up-
since we haven't done this in a while, we're kind of just throwing a bunch of bottles together that we recently acquired and have not tried as a group yet. RJ said he tried the double oak rye Cedar Ridge. It was like milk chocolate with a hint of rye, delicious. That sounds awesome. I was recently on a trip, and on my trip I was looking for Cedar Ridge everywhere. I was in Missouri for a few days, and it's just south of Iowa. Still couldn't find Cedar Ridge anywhere. I actually got back to Louisville and found Cedar Ridge in Louisville. First time I've ever found Cedar Ridge on the shelf.
Funny how that goes.
Yeah, so they had the double oak, and at first I was like, I don't know, but it's 105 proof. And like Woodford double oak's 90, so I thought, well, hey, this might be pretty good at 105 proof, and it was $50, which is also cheaper than Woodford. So I grabbed it. I've had a couple pours out of it, but it was not at all what I expected. It wasn't nearly as sweet as I thought it was going to be, but I'm hoping it changed a little bit while it opened up. It's been open for, I don't know, 5 days now, 4 days. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to try tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll go through them at each point and throughout the video tonight. So as we get more viewers that come in, we'll get a little bit more. I guess we'll start with the cedar. Why not?
And then Sheldon did that video of the Bullet the other day. I want to try a slick of that. I'm curious what Bullet's own distillate tastes like.
The Bullet Rye was just such a turnoff for me.
Yeah, but that was MGP.
I don't know, but that
This-
doesn't leave your mind.
This is history in the making. This is the first bottle ever that's Bullet's own juice. And it's 7 years old. The Cedar Ridge is non-age stated. Assuming it's most of their stuff's in that 5 to 6 year range. It's 105 proof double oak bourbon.
Cheers to you guys all getting up in here. It's our first Saturday, you know, that we've gone live. The Bourbon Jamaican will be down here very shortly. This is usually the Jamaicans' tactic for not getting drunk during our live views.
Yeah.
So
he says, I gotta do something real
I gotta run upstairs, and then it turns into me and Brady sitting here getting drunk. So
5 to 7, yeah. It's about what I expected. I'd like to try some more of their stuff, but yeah, I mean, this is the only thing I could find going from Missouri all the way to Kentucky was the double oak bourbon. I know Torp had sent us that single barrel a while back, and that was fantastic. And I had a pour of that again recently, and it's still fantastic. So I'm hoping some stores near us start doing some Cedar Ridge picks. I know the Mash and Drum just went and did one, so when his comes out, I'll end up buying it.
is that gonna go on that Patreon list?
Yeah, it was he did a VDN finish,
Did
which is a orange sherry finish.
has the Found North raffle ran yet?
Yeah,
Did you didn't win?
I didn't enter in it
Why not?
because it was $225 and it wasn't in the budget, so I didn't want to win it and then have to pay $225.
I saw somebody post something on Facebook the other day that said that they had got the Found North and it was $229.
Yeah.
So there's Brandon Taylor. What's up, buddy?
RJ said store picks at cash strength are around $75. Torp's been hooking me up with the samples because we don't see it much in Texas. Yeah, Torp gave us a sample of the barrel strength bourbon like batch, and then sent us a bottle of a store pick from Hy-Vee, and that Hy-Vee pick was fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sold on their products now. So you can order their stuff straight from their site and they will ship it to you. It sucks that you have to pay, $15-20 to ship, but it does help that their stuff is cheaper. Like I think the double oaked rye on their website was like $55. So by the time you get it, it's $70-75, which isn't bad, I don't think. I just didn't get one before it sold out.
I'm excited to get into it, my mouth. I've been running nonstop. I drank one bottle of water on the way over here after practice. So
Chris is getting laced tonight. David said hi. What's up, David? RJ said they are a huge distillery despite not much marketing on their brand. One of the biggest distilleries in the country. Wow. I know they do. Yeah, they do a lot of experimentation. Like when the Mash and Drum just did his pick, I was reading about the whole story of them doing the pick and stuff. And they're kind of like Starlight is the way he made it sound, but bigger. All their stuff, like you said, is 5 to 7 years, but they're doing a ton of experimentation with different mash bills and finishes and stuff, which I think is cool, but at the same time, New Riff went the opposite route and just tried to go for age. And I think it's paying off a lot more considering their store picks now are 6 years.
Yeah,
and that's huge. They're 6 year bourbon.
Yeah, I remember when we went in there when they first, started getting going, and it was 4 years or less, and MGP and all that stuff. And then they were just so excited to hit that 8 year mark. Yeah,
they did a big celebration for those 8s, and then like when those first couple store picks came out, 4 years and 120 proof.
Yeah,
they were hot. But now that they're 6 years, they're pretty good. I'm excited for them to hit 8. They should have a 10-year release coming out next year.
I would say, next year.
The Bourbon Chronicles dude, he just did a pick at New Riff, and he posted a video yesterday, and they actually pulled a sample of a 10-year and poured it for his whole group doing the barrel pick. And
was it at 10 years, or they were waiting for 10
No,
years?
it was 10 years. It was one of their first 10-year barrels, and he said it was fantastic. So sometime, I think it's beginning next year, they're supposed to do a big small batch like they did with the 8, but of the 10.
New Riff is coming out with new stuff just pretty consistently. So I feel like that they managed through their the bourbon room quite well.
RJ said, "I'd rather have bangers than be a jack of all trades." Yeah, that's where I'm at. I like that. New Riff went that other route, but it's still cool. Like the VDN pick that's about to come out. I've never had VDN finish, so it's cool you get to try that. But it's still 5-year distillate, 6, whatever it ended up being. I was hoping to wait on Sheldon, but it seems to me like he's busy, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this, see if it's sweetened.
I got like sawmill on the nose. Like I got a sawmill, like just straight walk out there and get that sawdust and everything. But going down, surprisingly, I got a real sweet, fruity on the back end of it. Like, and I was not expecting it. It kind of took me off guard for a minute. I was
Up
like, huh.
front, I get like a nice butterscotch on.
I know, yeah, it's super like soothing and it don't drink to the proof point.
I agree. So
And like it's an enjoyable pour.
So the first time that I had this, I had that butterscotch note, but it went away pretty quick and it got really floral. And then it was almost bitter on the back end. And I was like, man, I really hope that kind of rounds out. And I think it has. I don't get the bitterness and the floral note's not really there.
I'm glad that the floral went away
Yeah.
because most of the time that floral note will ruin the whole freaking
Yes.
pour,
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I'm not much on the floral, perfumey, I can't, it's just so off-putting. I can't remember what the Japanese whiskey was that we had at one of the patio pour nights, but it was just so perfumey on the back end of it. Like everything else up front about it was great, but
Yeah, when I poured this, I was at a buddy's house and I poured him a glass, poured me a glass, and he was like, he likes a lot of sweet bourbon. And he took a sip and I took a sip and he looked at me and he said, I don't like this. I was like, I like the complexity, but the bitterness on the back end really I didn't like. So I'm definitely glad this has opened up. I mainly like it. I like the proof and price a lot. I'm glad this has gotten sweeter because if this does, continue to stay on shelves in Louisville and hopefully come up here too, it's $10 cheaper than Woodford Double Oak is around here, and it's 15 proof higher.
yeah,
Now, I still don't think it's as sweet as the Woodford, but I think it has more oak.
right.
And it's got the fruit note, like you said. It's got a nice cherry kind of on the back end.
Yeah,
or apple maybe.
As you start breathing, that oakiness is where the strong back end comes. But as it just sits there and chills, that's where you get all that fruitiness and all that delightfulness.
Up front, it's almost like the Woodford. As soon as it hits your tongue, it's like a rich oak and that butterscotch.
It's just not as thick.
And yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. It's just not as thick.
it's not as thick. It is more complex though, and you can definitely tell it's higher proof. But I think it's good. I still haven't tried this next to the Woodford. I thought about that, but I saw everything we had to try, and I was like, yeah, we shouldn't do that tonight.
I know. On the way out, I just saw the experimental. That's why I was like, huh.
But yeah, I do. I would be curious to try this side by side with the Woodford Double Oak and see what it's like.
We could have had the Woodford Double Oak. Somebody told me it wasn't working.
You got one here, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll compare it sometime. I'm trying to get a sample and then I
Well, start sampling.
I already poured it. We've been sitting here waiting on you for 20 minutes.
He went to Covington Catholic and then he went on to Notre Dame and broke all their records.
What, Bowers?
May.
Michael Mayer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually just I bought one of his checkerboard cards online just the other day just because he's so close.
What are we sipping on?
Next Saturday, Region 9 high school basketball at NKU. It's all day Saturday. I know
Nice.
y'all ain't really into that, but I'll probably be attending that. If y'all want to catch up, I'll be there all day.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what it is. I want you to guess since you've been gone.
It's on the table.
That just tells us that while you were gone, you didn't have your phone on listening to us watching.
See, everybody's been waiting. As soon as you sit down, RJ said the man of the hour.
Hey, what's going on? This is High Rye.
I like the smacking of the licks for the dramatic effect.
Oh, very high rye. It's about it's higher than 110.
Okay.
Dang.
So I'm guessing it's either this one or this one.
It's the Cedar Ridge.
Okay.
So we,
See, I'm getting better.
I'll go through the whole story now that you're here. So
We didn't lose his palate after all.
I was telling these guys before the trip, but I got selected to go do a barrel pick with the Mash and Drum. So we went to Ben Holiday in Weston, Missouri and did a barrel pick, which was fantastic, by the way. It was really cool. I can now say I've done a barrel pick for the first time in my life.
Nice.
So just be aware when that pick goes on sale. I have hand in that. It's gonna be one of the best barrel picks you ever try. No, I'm just kidding. And I was telling RJ, you know, I was looking all over Missouri for Cedar Ridge stuff because it's right next to Iowa. They don't, you know, you walk in a liquor store and say, you have any Cedar Ridge? And they say, what? They didn't even know what it was.
Wow.
Got back to Elizabethtown and the freaking store in Elizabethtown just had the Cedar Ridge double oaked on the shelf. So snagged a bottle of that.
That's a nice snag. You traded me spots for a little bit. It's gonna
Yeah.
drive me nuts trying to find this daggone book.
That's what you've been doing this whole time?
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
Wait, come on, man. We ain't got all night. We got taste. We got drinking to do.
Now we gonna taste. But
That's funny.
I still like to be able to get in there at some point.
You want to try this bullet? I'll just pour it a little bit. I'm just trying to see.
I'm still sampling my
I know.
Cedar
I was
Ridge.
asking if you wanted something.
Oh no, I'm good.
You don't want to try it at all?
I probably won't try it, to be honest. I'm telling you, that bullet rye was just awful, man. I did not like it at all.
So now you know for future reference, not to source before your own stuff. Because if you source bad juice, Chris ain't gonna buy your real juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless I get it on a steel. I can't believe you just spent the last 20 minutes digging looking for that. Had I known that, I would have probably yelled at you. Hey, if you're in the room and watching, it's easy to hit that like button. Bam. Thank you.
This bullet is like really, really citrusy.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Depends.
Wrong again.
No, it ain't wrong. I'll figure it out.
I like it. It's good. I don't know. It's not something that like I would always have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something. It's definitely worth the buy. If you want to try Bullet's own stuff, and I think it is a good bottle. It is a bottle I would happily drink, but it's not like Elijah Craig where when that bottle empties, I'm gonna buy another one right away. I would buy the Bullet again, but I wouldn't do it right away. This is a summertime pour. It is really citrus and spice and oak, and it drinks less than 100 proof in my opinion.
I have a question.
Fireman commented Melly Phelps. I don't know why that's popping up.
Your Facebook?
I don't know why it would be on here. I don't ever use it on here.
How many people went out and bought a bottle of Yellowstone or bought a bottle of Bullet because of Yellowstone? They drink Bullet in Yellowstone. Meg actually called that out to me. She's like, look, they got Bullet. They could have done better than that. That's what she said.
That's all they had the funding for.
At least John Wick was drinking Bland.
I was watching. My Marvel nerd came out. I was watching Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson. It's a TV show on Disney. Watched that a few weeks ago, and Samuel L. Jackson sits down at the table and sits down a bottle on the table. He's like, "Can I pour you a glass of bourbon?" And it's a bottle of Pappy 23 year. It's just straight up, like the label's facing right at the camera, and it's what's his name? Don Cheadle is at the other side of the table, And he's like, I'm not much of a drinker. He's like, oh, come on, man. He said, Pappy put in 23 hard years of work on this thing. And he pours them each a glass of it. And I was like, wow, Disney just dropped, $5,000 on a bottle of bourbon so that way they could do this 30-second bit. And I guarantee you, Buffalo Trace said, thank you.
Yeah. I wonder how the rights of all that work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wonder if they have to pay in order to even put it in the movie.
Damn. Breaking news from ESPN, Shelley. Jackson Robinson's having season-ending wrist surgery.
Damn. I guess they lost today then to.
Yeah, they lost by, I think it was 18 or 20 to Auburn.
By the way, I'm gonna say fuck CBS because in the middle of the game they switch over to hockey.
That was ABC.
Well, ABC, they're the same.
That just goes to tell you, and goes to show you how sorry them Wildcats are this year.
Don't worry about it. Is Virginia gonna make it to the dance?
No, we'll be in the NIT. We've won a championship
Hey,
in the
it's
last
okay.
6 years,
Why
though.
don't you have a drink and relax?
It's driving me nuts, man.
Why you got all them beer taps? You ain't got any taps on
I was
the
gonna eventually make a beer tap for this. So these are my favorite beers that I like.
Yeah, Sam Adams Winter Lagers also. It's
Yeah.
a cool tap.
And then the Guinness. I think you see the fridge is always stocked with Guinness.
Yeah. The only thing better than the Winter Lagers, the Cold Snap. I always keep Cold Snap in the fridge.
All right, so we've done a variety of videos this year. Some of them were pretty interesting. Some of it's new stuff, some of it's old stuff from last year. We brought you Brady's best bourbon at 24, best rise at 24. I think a bunch of those were pretty good. I have acquired a half-drunk bottle, which has been my favorite so far. It's been my nightly sipper, the Peerless. I dropped a video earlier this week. Last 2 weeks, went ahead and picked up the new release from Boone County, that Honey Finish. I know everybody's talking about that Bee's Knees, that it's the Bee's Knees. And I was almost tempted to pick one up, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on it.
Why don't you do the short with the bee's knees?
I should have, but I got talked out of it. And then the Nulu came out with one too. So when I stopped at, so this is a fresh drop, by the way. It's gonna be a fresh crack. I think New Riff released it yesterday morning.
Have you smelled this yet?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm tempted to.
I put it at the end because I was like, we better pour that last or everything's going to taste like honey.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But I'm debating if we should wait on this one since it just dropped yesterday.
Nah, I need some airtime. Try it
All
tonight.
right, so we'll try it tonight.
We
won't
can do it
talk-
live and then do a little insert.
All right, so we'll let it air out and then we'll revisit.
Yeah.
Still on the hunt. I know Brady's told me several times that I can get my hands on that Havana from Penelope.
You're dying for the Havana, and I'm dying for that bomb burgers, the
Yeah.
PFG bomb burgers.
So there's a couple things we're in the market to trying to get our hands on.
But now the Jacks came out this week. I'm looking for this Jacks. I don't even want the 14.
So-
Don't even want it. I just want the 10-12.
So which one of the Jack Daniels right now? I've seen one, but it was like 131 proof.
There's probably just the single barrel. Then.
It's a single
The
barrel.
14, yeah. Then it's just a single
Okay,
barrel
with a
shelfer.
gold-
Or
with a label?
yeah, those are
Okay.
shelfers or their store picks. The new one with the black label and it's got a gold 14 on it. All of those are 126 proof, but it's like really allocated, and people are kind of going crazy right now. They're going for like $500. I don't care. The 12, I've always loved the 12, and I didn't get one last year. I got one the year before, so I want to get a 12 this year.
Yeah, so I've seen some funky bottles on the counter. Now since I'm playing catch up, I've seen, is that Uncle Ben? No,
What?
that ain't Uncle Ben on
These,
Yeah.
those
We
are.
ain't got rice on the table.
I was like, Uncle Ben.
Uncle
That's
Ben.
funny. Those are called Driftless Glen. I was like, what is that?
Okay, well, you didn't have to start laughing.
We're live, by the way.
Okay, well, I was letting you know.
All right.
Welcome home.
Can you let Winnie out and let's let her run around? Feed her and let her run around for a little bit.
Okay.
Is Tour up in here?
He hasn't commented anything.
All right. But I said Tour up. We might bring Winnie in the video.
But these are called Driftless Glen. This was the newest pick from the Mash and Drum. I got those a couple weeks ago while I was on my trip. They arrived, so I picked them up the other day, cracked them open. Crazy.
Yeah.
They're out of Wisconsin, and they make their own stuff.
Nice.
It's not sourced. They're 8 years old, too.
So they must have. Look at the color on
They're
there.
dark.
Yeah.
So the first one's a bourbon, the second one's a rye. That is some of the wackiest whiskey I've ever drank. The bourbon is, we'll get to them. They're high proof, so we'll get to those towards the end. But we all tried the Cedar Ridge. I just tried the Bullet. Chris wasn't interested. Let's do the New Riff. This one here we'll do after the New Riff, and I think you guys are going to really like it. The triangle bottle. It's actually made by New Riff. This company sources New Riff bourbon.
Since it's had to live in my head since I've gotten here, so it has to live in your head now. Ever since I've got here, Take Me Home.
Country Road.
Country Road has been playing in my head over and over. Yeah, it's been playing in my head over and over
The
again.
brand is Country Roads. It sounded like you poured half the bottle the way it was glugging.
Yeah.
So this was like a charity bottle, right?
It's like
Entrepreneur
it's
bottle.
like I guess it's charity, but I think it's also like
Just to support entrepreneurs. So this is a 6-year blend of New Riff bourbon, and it's 113 proof. The only way to get 6-year New Riff over 100 proof right now is to get one of the brand new store picks.
Well.
So, and this was what, $60?
Let's
I can't remember. I think it was 64 after taxes.
let's set these to the side and come back to them
Yeah.
Oh, the New Riff.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
And let's do the
Let's have a different pour and come back.
Let's
to
do
these.
this one. This
Set
is
mine up here.
this is pretty interesting. So, Kendall was telling me about this when I saw him back in November. We did it was funny. We went to the Party Source in November, right before Thanksgiving, and we did a wine tasting. And after Kendall was doing the wine tasting, and afterwards he's like, "Hang on, I got bourbon in the car. I got the good stuff for you." They make 3 different bottles. It is New Riff contract distilled this for Country Roads.
Nice.
So they have a rye, they have a chocolate malted bourbon, and then this one, that one's corn rye, and then it's chocolate malted barley at the end, and chocolate malted rye in it as well. This one is a wheated bourbon, and it's honey malted wheat. And this was my favorite of the 3, so I grabbed a bottle. It was like, I think it was like $55, and it's an 8-year, 111 proof.
We living on the edge today. We ain't even measuring.
Hey, I'm being careful.
This I know we got in my mind when I saw my pour. I was like, we're back to Brady pours. I won't go say nothing though because I was gonna let it ride out. That's why I said let's sit this one and air it out for a minute. That's exactly why I did it though. I was like, let's
Well, I looked over and I was like, damn, Shelly poured a lot. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just pour me and Chris the same thing.
We'll let that air out for a few minutes and we'll come back. This smells super light.
Yeah, I got this in Elizabethtown too. I cracked this at my buddy Hayden's house, and we did all of that in one sitting. He's a huge wheat fan, so I poured him a glass, and he drank it, and he was like, "Can I have another?" and we just sat there and kept drinking on it. It's
I think you know what's crazy is when I first started drinking bourbon, I think that I was geared towards more wheated bourbons than anything. At the very beginning, and then I got onto that little rye kick because of Balboa rye, and then we got that Michter's rye, and then we tried so many other different great ryes.
Rye is awesome. Wait till you try that Driftless Glen rye. It's gonna rock your world.
So I don't know. Brady put my little tote that I've been toting around today. Did you on the back or you just grabbed the one?
Bag?
Yeah.
The brown bag you had is right there.
You already emptied it.
Yeah, I took everything out of it.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of something. Picked up something. I think Brady said might have beat the mixtures rye. Since we're on the rye topic, the toasted rye. That Elijah Craig toasted rye.
It didn't beat it, but it's the next closest thing to it.
It is. I think it's pretty.
It's really good.
Really, really good. So we're gonna. Which one are we digging in? I missed it.
So we're doing Country Roads. So this is 8 years, 111 proof, New Riff bourbon.
This one has a funk to it. It's not even like
It's that wheat.
You know what's funny is I got chlorine.
like pool chlorine.
Yeah, the very first smell, the first whiff I got of it, that's what I got on it. And I wasn't gonna say anything, but that was the funk that came to my mind.
Yeah, this is not like
because it's super light. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not an ethanol. It's like a
right. It's
an alcohol.
It's an alcohol vapor that you know hasn't matured. It seems like. Was it 6 years? 8 years?
8 years.
I put it on younger than that.
It seems heavy though. Like
just give it a try. Can't judge it off the nose.
Oh, you sure this is almost like a brandy almost?
I could see that. That's funny because it's like when it hits your tongue, it's almost like the alcohol evaporates off your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then all the sweetness stays on your tongue, and you're like, "What's happening?" I could see
That's exactly what happened.
I like this though because you know when you read it and it says honey malted wheat, you're like, okay, whatever. But it really has a strong honey note to it.
I'm see the honey normally has like a unique aftertaste, and I'm not getting it. I got it on the booth.
Yeah, but that was also in a honey barrel.
I think once the aftertaste settles, that's the best part of it.
The finish is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Up front, you're kind of like, oh, that's a little hot, and that burns my nose hairs. And
it's quick though, but what's great about it is it coats the finish. You know what I mean? Like I can still have it. It's still something there. Nothing like crazy long or nothing amazing, but like the finish is the best part of that pour.
Yeah,
for sure.
To your point, you were saying earlier that you like the wheat stuff like early on, and then got to the ryes. When we went to Bourbon Fest this past year, me and a couple buddies, I asked them, you know, as we went through, I was like, okay, when we drank something, I'd say, do you like it? And they say yes or no, and I'd say, okay, why? And my buddy that's a big wheat guy, he said that he likes the wheaters because he likes the funkiness of it. He doesn't like that.
There's no one the same.
Right. That's what he likes. He doesn't care that it's easier to drink or that it's creamier because that's your normal wheater thing.
Right.
The funkier, the better. Yeah. So he likes Makers, but he really likes Wilderness Trail because it's like really
Wilderness
funky.
Trail than most of the Makers that I've tried.
Yeah, and he likes this a lot too because it's got that like that chlorine kind of thing, and then it's like it's really funky, and then it ends sweet, and he loves that funk. And then my other buddy's the opposite. He doesn't like the funk. He wants an easy to drink sweet, or he wants something really spicy. Isaac, he doesn't want it in between. So if he's in the mood for spice, he loves like Old Forester barrel strength rye, 130 proof, just punch in the mouth rye. And if he doesn't want that, he's drinking Elijah Craig.
So if he wants a rye, he'll definitely love this.
He would like that because he likes that floral, spicy kind of thing. It's just funny how everybody's different, you know.
That's why there's something for everybody.
Exactly. That's why there's so many products that are still on the shelf.
That's why it's cool to see New Riff push through, you know, some of the troubles that other distilleries are having right now, and
especially with not having as much diversity.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like, it's cool that you know that we have, you know, we're in the center of the mecca of all distilleries. You know, we're in arm's reach of all of them, and it's cool to see New Riff survive through it all.
Did you have a second pour of that?
Of what?
Of that honey wheat. I
haven't had my second sip yet.
You should have.
I'm
second
still
sip.
like it's still like it's still salviating there. It's
Yeah.
like the little tingling, spider senses there on your tongue. But
I don't know about you, but that second sip was like a lot sweeter.
Yeah.
I haven't had this in a while.
It gets sweeter as you say, but like that first initial one, like you said, it just vapors and then it hits like
Yeah,
the
it goes-
roof of your mouth, and then it just coats
Definitely.
real well. So that's why I said it's almost like just shaking it in the glass. It like you can feel it's like heavy.
Yeah.
Like it's very thick.
Speaking of New Riff, I saw the other day they've released a label that's going to come out later this year. They're going to do that red turkey wheat again.
yeah,
this
that's
year.
what you want.
Yeah, I do want that one.
We tried that at the bar, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as that 8-year Bohemian wheat that was cash strength was
Yeah.
really good. But I mean, that's 8 years, and the
And
red
then-
turkey wheat I think is 5.
RJ the Fed said he'd rather have some Bond burgers.
He'd rather have bangers.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. We were talking earlier when you were upstairs. Cedar Ridge does like everything,
Yeah.
and then we were saying New Riff has older stuff than Cedar Ridge because they focused on doing just bourbon and rye.
Oh, I'm playing catch up.
Yeah. That's what happens when you go on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find that damn password, man. It's gonna drive me nuts, and I have it written down. If we can find it. Have y'all got into the? Well, is that? I guess that's first.
We did those two. This honey wheat. That one's iron out.
Okay.
We haven't done the beam.
So y'all have already?
I tried that. Chris didn't want to try it.
I actually like it, man.
I like it.
It was very good. It's like the.
It's a good summertime drink, is what I was saying.
Or it's early spring, because it's like you can pair it. I think it's a great, like I said in the video, it's a great bourbon cigar. Like it has that tobacco flavor
Yeah.
on the back end. So as you're sipping it, you get that sweet, the caramel. You're getting a little bit of everything.
How much is it? $50.
Yeah,
I got a ton of like orange and spice.
That's what
I was thinking. That's what I was saying to Chris is like if you put that on a cube and sat by the pool, you could drink that whole bottle.
yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, just because of like it would be really good on a hot day with it being so citrus and spicy.
Yeah, there's not
You mow the grass and
not
have
many
that.
bourbons that you drinking during hot days.
Right.
So that's not bad.
Yeah, that will hit you quick.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm excited for the new riff. I feel like I wanted to, here, let me get some water. I like having water to get like a little rinse.
He's feeling tipsy already, Chris.
A spritzer.
Spritz of water. But I like kind of cleaning my palate before I get into the next one.
Hand me my big.
See, you got a big jug of water.
Yeah.
He's hydrating at the same time.
Yep. No repeat of Memorial Day here.
That was probably one of our best videos that we never posted. I think we're okay to post it now. Man. If I can find it, I can take it out the archives.
I don't know. Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I don't want anybody to see that. And Chris didn't want anybody to see that.
That
Calvin.
was oh yeah, but it was crazy though. So I think they end up creating like a snippet. I was able to do like a little quick version of it before the craziness, but that was a good one. We might have to do a kill the bottle day on Memorial Day just to see.
I got all kinds of stuff that's almost empty. I thought about bringing those with me, and I thought, no, we got a lot of stuff we ain't tried.
Yeah, but
Like these driftless Glens. That's something. Both of these are something that's like every time somebody's at the bar,
Yeah.
I gotta pour that for them because those are crazy, man. I'm looking forward to y'all trying that.
yeah, I know that I like the artwork on the bottle is just like it's catchy. It's almost like that one with the movie theater one. What was that one?
Movie theater.
With like the movie reel on the bottles.
Oh, Filmland.
Yeah,
It's got the posters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This has the water wheel on it.
so I think those are that has like a donut, and then that one has Fruity Pebbles look alike on the side.
So he did those stickers because Mash and Drum was saying that everything he has from them kind of tastes like a donut.
Uh,
I'd never had their stuff before, but you'll see.
That's pretty neat.
I'm excited for this new riff though. The only thing that sucks is if this new riff is good, like you said, that guy just walked in and bought the whole freaking place out.
Yeah, which is crazy because I like walked in and I looked. The next thing you know, I just like I'll take all these. I'm like, hey, let me get one. But then I also walk into BTS, TP. It's how to say it, TPS.
The party source.
Yeah. They had just dropped the new Woodford Derby bottles, and I was tempted to get one, but I figured it'll come this way sometime this week, like Costco. I'm talking, they had mountains of it.
Well, they do every year. You got those things will be on the shelf for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time.
Well, shit, January, February, March, so April, May, so 2 months before Derby. So
It's crazy.
all the Derby good stuff will roll out. I need to probably start making another shelf. Probably need to start going on that wall and make some room.
Your Derby one will fit on that Derby shelf, no problem.
Yeah, I'm out of maker's room, so I could either probably get a whole nother shelving for the UK bottles, and then I might make that like a Kentucky wall, like a UK wall, and then just kind of add it. You ready for it? You ready?
I'm just giving it a nice nose while we were waiting on Chris.
This one smells amazing. It almost gives me like a Springfield vibe. To a sense, you get that like a sweet, sugary.
I don't know about that.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I
Wobbly's
get some
Bees
sweet.
sets up. What's going on?
Hey, that's Holly Wobbly.
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah,
Holly?
Hey, for anybody that's watching, Wobbly's Bees, give them a follow
That's right. Go hit them up.
if you're about that bee life. This does smell really sweet on the nose. I get some brown sugar there, and I typically don't pick up the brown sugar, so
I was trying to figure out what you mean with the Springfield, but I guess it's it's pretty oaky, which I get on the Springfield as well. This new riff.
Right, but you're also getting, I'm getting like
and the brown
heavy
sugar.
brown sugar on there.
I got like a light fruit on it too. That's nice.
But it seems very thin though. It's not as syrupy as, normally when it's sweet like it has some kind of thing. It's like very.
I can't tell on the
Yeah.
glass. The only way I can ever tell on the glass is if I shake it and then stop and you watch the legs.
Right.
The way it moves in the glass don't mean anything.
Yeah, but it
to
has
me.
great, like I can feel
Like
the
if
weight,
you-
like if I
yeah.
twirl it.
So if you tilt it and you look, it's got nice legs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely, as RJ said, it's a banger.
That tastes to me just like an older version of the Cedar Ridge.
You think so?
Oaked, personally, because it's got that nice oak and vanilla and like a slight.
I could see on that one that Torp sent us,
Yeah.
that Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
The red
well,
label one.
I was mainly talking about that one, but I could see it on that one too. It's oaky and brown sugar, but then I get like a little bit of a floral note on it.
I get that on the back end of it.
Yes.
Like that's the final note of the finish is what I get from the floral part of it. But it's super light too. It's
Yeah. I think the 113 proof is perfect. I think if this was like 120, I think it would be drink hot.
true.
And I think if it was 100 proof, it would drink too light.
So the new riff put this bottle out for entrepreneurs and what else? What else did it go to?
People that's innovating.
Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati.
Yeah, it says on the back supporting the Northern Kentucky Entrepreneur Fund.
Yep. So if you want to go out there and support all your locals, that's the bottle to go after.
Still digging.
Dude, it's driving me nuts.
And definitely tastes to me like It tastes to me just like the Cedar Ridge Double Oaks, but a little bit older. Oak, brown sugar, vanilla, floral.
Yeah, it does have a Cedar Ridge nose.
I'm not getting.
I hate that too because that's all I'm gonna think about now.
I'm not getting any of the fruit. I was getting fruit on the nose. I'm not getting any on the palate. That's the only thing I'm disappointed about. If this had a fruit quality to it, it would be perfect. I don't mind a floral note, but I don't like it to be the last note. So if this had a fruit note to go after the floral note, it would be awesome.
You get like the further away that you hold it from it, you get a cigar note. You get more cigar-y than you when you dig down in there.
I could see that. What the woman told us when we were at the Ben Holiday doing the pick, she said, put your hand on the top, cup the side, and give it a hug to warm it up. She said, and then if you hold it at the tip of your nose after it's warm, she said it'll smell different. And it did.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'd never heard of that before. The temperature changing.
That's a Missouri thing, folks.
They did have the cave collection.
Did you get one?
And they let us buy one per person.
Oh.
It was, last one they had was a French oak. And you said if they had that, you didn't want it.
I did.
This one I bought, and it was a hickory smoked barrel.
Oh, man.
It was actually pretty good. I don't know why I didn't bring it with me, to be honest with you. I should have brought it with me.
Dang.
They let us try it. When we did the pick, when we got done, Jason said to the master distiller, he's like, so you got a new cave collection coming out? And we did the pick on a Thursday, and he's like, yeah, it comes out Saturday. And he's like, can we try it? Yeah, I don't care. So he pours everybody a pour of it. It was really good. And he said, so you realize none of us here live in Missouri, so we ain't going to be here Saturday. You mind if, like, we get a bottle today? And he was like, yeah, sure. So they sold us a bottle 2 days early, so that was really cool with them. They poured us, when we got done with the pick, he let us try the cave collection, and every release they've ever done was on the wall. Every single barrel ever that they've made, they kept one bottle and they put it on the wall.
Oh, that's cool.
So after we tried the cave collection, he said, if there's anything you guys want to try, we'll pull it off the wall and open it. So like we could have tried Bruzel's pick or whoever.
Right.
So they pulled out the mash and drum pick from last year and we compared it to the one we picked.
Nice.
So they opened, fresh cracked the bottle and poured it for us. It was really cool.
How buzzed were you after?
I was pretty buzzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they let us try.
Sounds like you tried about at least 10 ounces.
They gave us a pour of the bottled and bond wheat and the Rickhouse wheat before the pick. And then they gave us 5 samples of wheat barrels, and then we narrowed it down to 3. They poured those 3 again. We narrowed it down to 2. They poured those 2 again, and then we tried last year's pick and the cave collection. And then they're like, you guys want an old fashioned or anything? I'm like, I need lunch. It does. Once you warm up the glass and smell it, it's sweeter.
I got the sweetness off the jump.
But it's almost a little fruity now too. I'm starting to get like a little bit of a cherry. He's gonna be gone for the rest of the live stream looking for that damn notebook.
Yep. That's all right.
Yeah, it definitely has a different note to it once it warms up.
Wonder what it's gonna taste like a couple months from now.
That's nice. After the floral note, it's got like this really nice cherry note on it now. That's getting stronger and stronger the more I drink it. You should cradle it a little bit. Cradle it and warm it up. Comfort it.
Baby.
Tuck it in.
I'm cradling.
Damn misclick on my phone. Gotta make sure I ain't missing out on nothing.
Nobody's commented whether or not they've tried anything on the table this afternoon, this evening. Yeah, I still get the cigar note. With some sweetness, but
Yeah, I'd like to see it
it's sugary.
after it opens up. Like you said, if you came back to it in a month or two or whatever. Very interesting. It's the one thing I appreciate about New Riff though is that their releases are priced well.
They're priced well, and you don't have so much similarity between each release, right? There's a unique profile, to it. It's not the same mash bill. It's not the same, they're teaming up with, the community within our area in order to make it better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing a lot of good things out of New Riff. Have you seen that new fire cast that the locals have done in Northern Kentucky?
No, what is it?
It's a fire cask. I can't remember the name of it, but I figured that you had tried it over there at like Union Bourbon or something.
Nope. But yeah, it's nice that they don't do a ton of releases either. They do what, 4?
Last year was their biggest release year since they've been there.
They did what, 5 or 6 releases last year. They normally do like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
That's nice. You got, Jim Beam does 7 or 8.
Fuck.
I love Jim Beam, so then I buy them all. But then there's 3 that are worse than out of
They
the
still
8.
haven't even put out the schedule for their barreled and box yet.
Makers just did the announcement for theirs, but only the first release.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they didn't announce. They just said there's going to be 3 releases for the year. The first one comes in March.
Yeah.
It's the 10th, I think it ships out.
Ours
But they didn't tell you what the other 2 were.
Ours haven't been announced at all. They did ask us, a survey and, what, how they can enhance their barreled in a box experience.
Just said don't give a shit like last year.
Basically, yes. I was like, take these out, give us the opportunity to buy past releases, like from previous years of barreled and box.
That would be
Give
cool.
us those opportunities, those type of things.
And like you definitely should have got like the Booker's Reserves and the Little Book Infinite as your last box. It was a Knob Creek and a Worcestershire finish. That was stupid.
That's what I was disappointed in it. I went ahead and skipped that. And if this year's first release is weak, like usually they put the best release in the middle of the year, whatever, I get it. That's a good marketing ploy, but like you gotta, there's no reason why if you're a part of the barreled and box that you should be hunting for any of their special releases.
Right.
I mean, makers gave them the cellar age, and to your point, the best thing that we got was what, the Path Not Taken, or the Little Book. I think it was the Path Not Taken, right?
It was, and that was good.
Yeah, it's good, but like
That was
the
also
best
on shelves
bottle.
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Little Book this year was more visible than I'd seen in previous years of anything, for their, and the fact that they're adding to it, it's kind of like they're trying to mimic the 117 series, Little book is supposed to be a one year annual release. I don't understand why they're adding more little books to the releases
Oh,
each
you
year.
know why? Money.
I know, but you're already hitting us for 4 releases of the regular bookers. Now you're hitting us for 4 releases of the little book. That's 8 bottles, anywhere from $100 to $200, depending on where you are. So, like, you expect us to spend $2,000 a year with just Jim Beam? I don't know.
Cut us some slack.
Now you want to chime in?
At least take the base booker's release and knock it down to $75 at minimum. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta
Jimmy's-
hold your L.
Another what?
You gotta hold your L. You ain't finding the book.
I'm finding it.
We were getting Jimmy's at the end of the year for 85, which
Yeah.
is reasonable.
So I had brought these back from Hawaii to gift to y'all, and somehow they were missing, and I stumbled up on them the other day.
So you go to find a book and find shot glasses.
Yes.
Thank you.
Maui.
Somebody keep moving stuff in the house. I'm not gonna call no names because they're probably watching. I don't say no names. And it's driving me nuts because I know it off the top of my head, but I have so many I can't remember.
I guess the other good part too, they didn't say it, but you can tell with the maker's box that they're actually gonna be better this year. So I'm hoping that's a sign for your Jim Beam box.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Because
so.
last year with the makers, you know, the first one you got the heart release, but that was on shelves everywhere. The second one was just 2 picks, and then the third one was cellar aged. Well, the 2 picks ended up being the best thing of the whole freaking year. And I almost skipped that one. Well, this year, the heart release, the new one is called Keeper Release.
Yeah.
That one comes out in March. So my box will have the Keeper in it. And then the second one, they're supposed to come out with a wheat whiskey, kind of like Bernheim. And that's supposed to be the second one, and the third one will probably be cellar aged, I'm assuming. But I don't know, I'm halfway tempted to pass on the Keeper because I can get it on the shelf and not have to pay for shipping, and it comes with a Maker's 46 cash strength, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
The wheat whiskey one though, if that is the second release, I do want that because they've never done that before. Makers has done one mash bill for 100 years. It's the first time they're trying something different. So I probably need to go in and cancel that box. Set myself a reminder.
So you can try another way.
Did you get it?
Oh, it said it did.
Yeah, let me see it.
Hold on, scroll down. Continue YouTube. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties.
It ain't gonna work. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just did it. He just confirmed it.
It says, oops, something went wrong.
Hit refresh.
Oops, oops, oops.
No. No, that's me. So, scroll down. Scroll down.
That's the
That's
box.
as far as I can go, my
Or
lord.
scroll up. Hit that one. Connect. Should be able to.
It's asking you to remove it.
No, I don't want to remove it. Screw it. I'll figure it
Just
out.
worry about it later.
Alright. I can. I'll be still roaming around trying to.
When was the last time we sat here?
It's been a minute. Alright. I'll quit looking.
No, it's not.
Which I had the book. Remember, I just had the book up here, but you know what? I think I might have thrown it away. Because you remember I had that binder with all that stuff in there? And I feel
Yeah.
like it somehow got stuck in that binder.
You want to do this next
Okay.
before we go to the cash strength?
Yeah. I'm going to
Can you look in this drawer?
the Glen Drift. You've looked in this drawer about 11 times.
7 times. Sorry. Switch my seats again, Brady.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you say you're going to Driftless next?
Yes.
Hang on, you can't skip the Elijah Craig. We'll go to Elijah next.
I'm saying after the ferment,
Oh.
I was gonna go to the drift.
You can't skip the Elijah Craig, man. It's the new Elijah Craig.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I'm gonna pour them smaller this time. I learned my lesson, all right?
Whoa, Nelly, this is a family show.
Yeah, this is a family show.
You already checked that cabinet twice. Chris said, I'll stand
My
up.
ass on outside.
Chris said, all right, I'll stand up. I don't care.
Why am I driving? Why am I? Man, this is driving me nuts.
I know it is, but you gotta relax, man. You'll find it later.
We literally just used it.
And I cannot
We're
find it.
losing viewers.
Alright.
We dropped from 6 people to 3.
Ah.
They're probably tired of me looking for stuff. Yeah, I'll hold. Which one's mine? That one?
Yeah,
Alright.
because you're supposed to sit in the middle.
Yeah.
So it should be the same. Remember the PW I gave you? Remember when I sent you, you still have that saved? Because that's it.
I know you sent
The one
it
for
to
the
me.
Google.
Huh?
The one for the Google.
I know, you sent me the login a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Are you in now?
No, I don't know. It ain't telling me to sign in. Let me see if I can talk to some people.
Just type in hello.
Howdy. Howdy. Yep.
Yep, you're in.
I think Chris is on the wrong thing. Alright, I'm done looking now. I'm back in. It took me a minute.
Took you an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness. What a fiasco. So we're letting, which one are we trying next? What's next on the,
The Jim Beam fermentation that Chris brought.
ooh. So is that the one that came in the box with the Hardin's Creek?
Yep.
Huh.
Normally they ferment bourbon for 3 days. This is a 5-day fermentation.
Yeah.
6 years old, 108 proof.
Nice. Doom, 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 doom. I swear this thing hates
That
me.
beam's good.
Is it?
Might be too hot for you.
I don't know.
Thought you had it all figured out.
I do. I'm responding to Holly.
Why'd you go outside if it was cold?
To talk to Chris.
It ain't too cold. The wind picked up. We're back in business, dropping news.
Did we find a book, or just you had the light bulb go off in your head?
Well, I just went to. You had to click it, and it let you select which one you want to log in with, and it just logged it in. So. That's touchscreen? What? I did not know.
I was showing you that though. Us. Us.
One day we'll take your trainer wheels off.
It's almost there. Oh my goodness. I think I just messed it up. Why is this that we got? I don't know what
You need to
happened.
get off the computer.
I need to.
No.
There we go. We're back in. We're back.
I'll step away.
Yes, I'm waiting on dropping news to come back. I did not realize that this shit was touchscreen now.
Get in the middle chair. Can't be trusted.
He's back in business. Get him in the chair.
I'm out the chair.
Wine or mead, you have everything else.
Wine. Definitely. I can enjoy some wine.
Not a mead guy?
What's mead?
You know, have you been to Fabled Brew Works?
No.
They're in you know where the library is by Dixie Heights High School?
Yes.
Right next to the library there's a brewery called Fabled. They make mead. You need to go there and try some mead.
Yeah. That's my sister-in-law's maiden name. She's from Hazard, Kentucky, so is that like a I gotta Google it.
Mead is barley wine.
Okay. I learned something new today.
Honey wine, we make our own. There you go.
Yeah,
It's good stuff. Fabled puts flavorings and stuff in it, so they do like blueberry, blackberry, vanilla.
I would definitely like to try your honey wine and support. So if y'all are viewing, go check out the Bees. How you say it, Chris?
Wubbly's Bees.
Webley's Bees. I think them ounces are starting to kick in. It's been a minute. Chris,
You ain't hardly had anything to drink. You walking around the house the whole time.
Hey, copy and paste her link in the chat. Tell them go check them out. Oh, this one is very sweet on the nose. So what we did earlier is like when you take the Oreo and we reverse. So this is the reverse Oreo.
Cream cookie cream.
And what they did, they licked the one side and then flipped it and put me back on the end. So now
We ain't licked nothing. Perfect. The mouse is talking. He might be right.
Wow.
All right, but to keep it going, man, we got a lot of stuff coming. Brady was supposed to let us. We should be grading this stuff, but Brady forgot his laptop, so we can start grading these. Because remember, we were supposed.
I got a little cheat sheet down here that I've been writing down. I know that I messaged you guys and we haven't done a video on it, but that Commonwealth, the old Commonwealth pour that I had at Liquor Barn on Friday was probably the best thing that I've had so far this year. It was.
What is this CB? It's like a, what did I say? I kept saying it yesterday because they have like a white label on it, blue and white label, and then like a Kentucky blue label. It's called
Kentucky 10?
No, it's not Kentucky 10. Damn, I should.
10 High.
Nope.
We enjoyed the 10 High.
Yeah.
We need to reach out to him for his 8-year. They just released the 8-year.
No, it was a 10 day.
10 day for the prescription.
Kentucky, it's called Club Cats or something like that.
I don't know. That old Commonwealth though, I meant to look that up after you, because that when that came out, people were flipping those for like $1,000.
Oh, it's
And,
yeah.
But it's so.
Meg asked me how much it was gonna be, and I figured
SRP is like 100, 150.
I figured it was a $200 bottle because they were selling it $21 a pour.
Yeah, they're $21 a pour because they're going for $1,000 on the secondary market.
I was super happy with my $20 that I spent though, like, and it was 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, so we it spiced us up for sure.
So, if I remember, the gist was Pappy Van Winkle at some point owned a Commonwealth distillery. Old Commonwealth decided to restart the distillery, and that was their first bottle. So people went crazy for it because he's connected. Well, they don't make anything.
Yeah.
They don't have a still. So when they started up, they bought all these barrels and they smacked Old Commonwealth on them. People were flipping them like crazy. But I want to say it's either 1792 or it's Elijah Craig.
I don't get the Elijah Craig flavor.
They just came out with another one. Their batch,
there's two of them called the Nectar.
So they
One's
make
called the Nectar and one's called the Commonwealth.
Yeah, so they make Kentucky Nectar. That's a honey finished Wilderness Trail.
Yeah.
And then the third one just came out. It's called Old Randolph, and it's wild turkey. But I think the first one was either 1792 or Elijah Craig. But people went crazy for that shit, man. Like they were spending a lot of money. Same thing.
You know
with
what
that
this
Old
new
Randolph.
riff reminds me of? Going back to it, 1 Foot Cock. That from up there at Buffalo.
Chicken cock?
No, the 1 Foot Cock.
The one that you brought back from? I think you brought back from
Buffalo
Vegas.
Bills.
Yeah, it's out of New York. That's what that reminds me of. And I couldn't put it. I would just went
Really?
back to it for the third time. Yeah, we should do a comparison to that.
I remember the 1 Foot Cock being sweeter than that.
I wouldn't say
fruity sweet.
I wouldn't say it's sweet, but just as smoky.
Yeah, I remember it being smoky.
Yeah, like the finish on it reminds me of the 1 Foot Cock. I might drink that when I get home tonight.
Man, you know what I thought about too?
What are you drinking tonight, Chris? 1 Foot Cock.
I told y'all, remember when Meg got it for me? I said Meg's bringing me some cock home. That's funny.
All your friends are asking, what Meg get on her trip to New York? She got a 1 Foot Cock.
Is that in inches? Or how many is that in inches?
4 times me.
How many? How many ounces are in a 1 Foot Cock?
All right, I'm ready.
I'm gonna pour us a little bit of this Elijah Craig. Chris is a little behind, so I'm gonna pour just a little bit.
Shit,
I
man.
poured you a lot of
He's
that.
still
new
working.
riff, I'm
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
about to say he's still working on that new riff.
Look, you ready? Ready?
It's a 4-ounce pour,
That's
bro.
all. That's all you're getting of the Elijah Craig.
Fuck.
Shelly and I will go a little bit heavier.
Yeah, Shelly, you gotta keep pouring for Shelly over
Nah,
there.
I'm
Like,
good.
he behind.
No, I'm caught up. All my stuff is.
He's reaching about to smack the shit out of That's the beam fermentation one.
Oh, okay. Y'all already finished that one too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think?
It's really good.
It was
Really good.
It was a
Hey,
little
where
hot.
was I missed for that insert?
You went on
Smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was a little hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it drank higher than 108 for
Yeah,
sure.
it
But
definitely
the
has
second,
108.
first sip, I was like, "That's a little hot," but I like it. And second sip,
It kinda
really
We
good.
thought the first time that we drank it was light and creamy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It opened up a lot.
Nice.
That's the Elijah Craig.
We'll come back to New Riff then. I'll drink that Elijah Craig with y'all and go back to the.
So this is the new A125. This made history and pissed people off because it is the lowest proof and the lowest age ever of an Elijah Craig barrel proof of the batches.
So is Elijah Craig getting money hungry
So
or
it's,
what?
yeah, it's 118 proof, 10 years, 7 months.
So that might have been like, it sounded like it was like a store pick and they didn't come through and they just said, fuck it, let's just throw it in the bottle.
Well, no, because this is 300 barrels blended together.
Yeah.
So they used to always say minimum 12 years. Well, they claim that they wanted to use 14 and older stuff for their big releases, like their allocated shit. Well, if you blend only 12 to 14 year stuff, they claim that they couldn't change the flavor enough. So they said, well, we don't want to keep giving you guys the same thing over and over again. So we're gonna lower the age statement to whatever we want it to be. And I do agree, ever since they got rid of the 12-year age statement, they've done, this is the 6th release, and they've all been really different. But I don't think they've been as good as the 12-year ones, but I still think they're good.
Yeah.
You gotta think, I mean, these are $70. They're pretty.
Woo! What's the proof on this?
118.
That's not, that drink's higher than 118, I think.
Jesus. You should have never done.
He smacked him.
He should have never done dry January, man. He's been like this ever since. In December, he can handle the proof. As soon as it hit February, everything's hot again, man. I've had.
Nah, this is definitely ethanol heavy, right? We had that alcohol vapor, alcohol
Alcohol.
vapor, right?
Alcohol! But my buddy and I had to pour out of this. I just got this the other day. Celebration after my interview a couple days ago.
Good job. Congrats.
Stopped and got this.
Yeah, like when I take a deep breath, it's like a big woof of like that burn that gets shoved down my throat. Just if I take a sip and I take a deep breath, it's like.
So this is definitely the hottest thing we drank today.
Yeah.
But it's got the most flavor.
Yeah.
That's the balance. It's hot, but it's got flavor.
Yeah, the
The
finish.
hotness
The
only
finish.
lasts.
Yeah.
It's like that big red bubble gum, or chewing gum. It's there for real heavy for about 10-15 seconds, and then it just like, okay.
No, it's still lingering, but that on the finish.
The finish still lingers, you know what I mean? That's where you
It's
get
got
the
a nice
different
finish.
flavors and
Yes.
everything, like all the complexity of the different notes that you receive is on the finish. Once the burn goes, that's when all the different flavors of the fruits and the like caramel or caramel, depending on who you are.
It's caramel for me and caramel for Brady.
I definitely get that big red chewing gum at the beginning. Though.
Yeah,
That's nice.
that's what I get up front.
I didn't even think about that. That's
And
definitely
it's
what
not
that is.
bad, and it like I said, like when you first initially put that chewing gum in there, like the first couple of seconds, you're like, damn, that shit's burning, And then it's like, all right, this tastes all right.
Yeah.
But after the big red chewing gum, I get like a really nice chocolate, like a fudge almost, and then I get a cherry on the finish. Like you said, the longer the finish goes, the sweeter and more fruits you get.
Yeah,
It's like a fudge and a cherry and like a vanilla that it kind of alternates through as the finish goes. It's almost like you're mixing them together. You're getting one, then the next, then the next, and it rotates through it.
All right, so for the viewers out there, if you're new or joining, I'm saying if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new stuff. This is our first live for 2025. Brady got it out of the book of rhyming. But tell us what Elijah Craig you've tried, or what Elijah Craig you've had so far in the past year. We've done the whole lot from 2024. I think C was probably our favorite.
Mine was B for 24.
B24. That was the highest proof one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Which shit.
That one was 130.
Yeah, we blew.
This is 118.
We blew through that one pretty quick.
I think
we did like probably 3 bottles of it because I had 2.
You didn't get that one.
Yeah, I did.
You sure about that?
That was the first one we blew through because every time you and Chris go, oh, we need to warm up with this one.
Yeah. So
What were we warming up with?
Elijah Craig. I know. So I bought.
No, I drink your Weller 12.
Yeah.
Brady drank your Elijah Craig. We did have many episodes where we warmed up with it though.
So I already drank a full bottle of the B524, and then my second one looks like that, and then I have a third one in the cabinet.
Yeah.
So I mean, we drank a bottle and a quarter of it. It was
Pretty
very
delicious. Good. But I'm curious to see what's going to change.
Yeah, a lot of people that have reviewed this so far this year said they don't like it.
I mean, it's got the profile and everything there, but like people don't buy Elijah Craig for it to be underproof, right? They buy it to be up in the 120s, the 115s, the one, like that's what they're going after.
But I don't mind it being 118. I'm
Me
not
neither.
saying I want them all to be 118, but to have one, I think this has as much flavor as the 130 proofers do, but tastes like it's 118.
Yeah, I think that this is a bottle to introduce your friends to the Elijah Craig profile,
and
right?
the other thing too is like people are still mad that like this is 10 years, 7 months, and they say I'm not going to buy it anymore. But the price didn't go up. The price is still $70.
What makes me upset, and not that I've really got upset because I'm not as huge on Elijah Craig as these boys are. Like I enjoy Elijah Craig, but I'm not, out there actively trying to get every single bottle or anything. But like it just seems like it's a gimmick. Like if they're reducing, what their expectation is and what the staple of Elijah Craig is, why would you lower the years and lower the proof if you have the crowd out there that already is demanding that, right?
The issue was they released C923.
I got you.
The 13-year, 3-month one.
Yeah.
It was 13 years, 7 months, and it was 133 proof. Everybody went crazy for that. That was whiskey of the year for a lot of people, and that was as soon as they eliminated the 12. They got rid of the 12-year age statement. They did an 11.5-year, and then they did a 13-year, 7-month. Well, everybody loved the 13-year, 7 months so much that the next 4 releases after that were 11 years or less, and everybody's like, well, what the hell? Well, my thing is, that 13-year, 7-month was a steal for $70.
Hell yeah.
And people can't get that out of their head. This is still worth $70 to me. People are just saying, well, I'm not buying them because they're not special anymore. It doesn't matter because they weren't always special. You know what I mean?
So
they made one special batch.
Even with this, I think this should have been in like the $50, $54 price range.
Really?
I absolutely think so.
Think about it this way. Rare breed's $50. Is this better than rare breed? I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a toss up.
I would like to compare it. That'd
It's
be a
a
good
toss up
comparison.
for me.
How about this?
It's a toss up.
How many bottles have
Do we
we?
have any rare breed here right now?
I think the older releases of Elijah Craig are better than that, but these two particular bottles, that would be an interesting toss.
So how about this? How many bottles have we tried that are over $100 that are not as good as this?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
I don't
For
feel
sure.
bad about the $70.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, but I'm saying
yeah.
you get the Costco. You got the Costco pick right now, so 11 year.
And that was 80.
That's 80. But if you go to Kroger's got a 9, a 10.
9 out of 10 right now.
Right, for 54, which is just as good. And I think
Nah, it ain't 54. It's 74.
no, it's 54.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. I was there today.
That's a closeout then. That ain't all the time. The 10-year they've had for a long
Well,
time.
and I picked the toasted rye for the same price because they were all on the same rack for the same price. But I'm thinking like the 10-year, like for me, 10 years like the plateau, like the perfect age, and you get all the amenities and the flavors versus like I feel like when it gets up to like 12, 13, 14, it's kind of like a reach. You're getting a lot more oakiness for some of the people that's not like really into bourbon like it. So if it's something like you're trying to introduce to somebody, you're trying to turn somebody on to bourbon, like if I said this one is good, don't get me wrong, it's good.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should fall into the $50, $60 bottle range.
I got you. I'm just glad that when they dropped the age statement that they didn't lower the raise the price. You You drop it from 12 years to 10 years, 7 months. If they raised the price too, people would have been mad. So I'll give them props on that. That's what I always tell myself is Elijah Craig is probably my favorite brand all around. I love Wild Turkey. They're my favorite distillery. But if I had to pick one brand, it's Elijah Craig.
But you know who did the okie doke like that in 2019? George C. Stagg. It was the lowest proof, but the price never changed. But it was just as good as if you're paying for the higher proof stuff.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's a catch-22. Like, price-wise, it's still good, but it could still also come down to the stores select single barrels that's $54, $60, but it's only $10, right?
Right.
We could be paying $99 because normally.
Hey, it's still less than $10 a year.
Yeah.
And it's cash strength. So that's good too. Just please don't raise the price.
So I'm a little excited as we're going down the line. We're down to almost like the last 3.
Yep. My dad just said there was an amazing finish to the Alabama-Tennessee game.
Yeah.
Tennessee won by 3. I wonder if they hit a game winner.
What's his name? He's wearing Chris Lofton's number 5.
Jemai Meshack made a 3-pointer at the buzzer to win the game.
Wow.
Against Alabama.
I figured it would have been the one that's wearing number 5. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
You talking about Zakai Ziegler?
Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers. Yeah, as you can see, you probably see us wear different sports apparel. We're also sports head. This guy should have been a sports announcer / broadcaster.
You know, it's funny because one of my buddies from BA here recently in the past couple of months, I turned 35 in December, and I went to the store and bought a pack of football cards, and it's actually turned into something a lot crazier than I ever anticipated. And
He's addicted.
and you know, me and him were talking and everything like that, and he's very vocalized and opinionated, and he has a lot to say. And he's always one of those people, no matter whatever room he's in, he's always able to, you know,
Navigate the room
and converse and everything like that. And he was like, man, you should just sit and get on a podcast and talk about sports and football cards and shit like that. And I was laughing. And I honestly thought my whole life that he would do something like that, you know. And it's I've been coaching volleyball for the past year, and it's a natural feeling being out there with the kids and, you know, navigating their personalities and, you know, their development on the volleyball court and stuff like that. And it's something that I wish I would have, you know, kind of dived in and risked and, you know, pursued that not being comfortable stage, you know. Yeah. This was in the beginning, this was difficult too, you know. You know, all 3 of us have gotten a lot more comfortable being out there and just saying, you know, it is what it is. This is who we are. Take us for who we are. If you don't like it, obviously there's a million other bourbon channels that you can go and look at, you know.
But we appreciate y'all sticking around with us, that's for sure.
Softy, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, the true ones that are out there watching us and enjoying the content, we're just, you know, 3 normal guys that get together and enjoy some finer bourbon and, you know, enjoy each other's company. We're glad that you guys can come along for the ride. But yeah, I flirted with that, honestly, the idea of it. We enjoy all those type of things. Lexington, actually, like I said at the beginning, Region 9 tournaments being held up here at NKU in Northern Kentucky. High school basketball next Saturday. I'll be there. I enjoy a lot of the high school players that are come up. I follow some of the greats here in the Northern Kentucky, Southern Cincinnati region. And then we got Lexington hosting the first and second round of the NCAA March Madness. There's several of us that like to link up and go enjoy those tournaments and stuff like that. And I look forward to it. March is always a fun month. St. Patty's Day will be, the people that follow us in Kentucky will be down at Molly Malone's enjoying, breakfast shots and, doing some tap dancing and, drinking some green beer on St. Patty's Day. If you happen to be at Molly Malone's and see us, shout us out, show us some love. We'll probably buy you a shot or take a shot with you, however that works out.
We're doing Irish Carl bombs.
We do Irish Carl bombs. We do Irish breakfast shots, which is Jameson,
Orange juice,
and and peach our butterscotch schnapps. And
that's a pancake.
Yeah. It tastes like a pancake.
Hey, funny story. I remember one year we went to a Bengals game, and they're like, "Man, let's take these shots." And this is like, we went early because we got like prime spot right in front of the stadium, and we ended up taking the shots. Man, I'm telling you, it was almost time to go into the game, and by 10 o'clock, I just feel myself like sinking into the back seat of the car, and we ate these steaks. And
that was for the Saints game.
Yeah. Well, I started early. His after, man, I think I ended up getting a picture of him like spread out on the floor.
I know, they did me wrong. Look, I survived the whole entire day, but when we got home, I laid in my living room floor and I was out like a light.
Well, we got kicked out of that game too.
I got kicked out of that game. Y'all could have stayed.
Nah, we were gonna left you hanging, but I'm talking, I was hurling like early in the morning. And then luckily, I think that's the cold air kind of woke me up a little bit. But that was probably one of the best football games I went to.
Look, so the kicked out story is, full disclosure, Drew Brees, it was one of his last games that he was playing in. I wore my fucking childhood Drew Brees jersey in there for somebody.
Yeah.
And I was going to get an autograph. So the day was setting up to where I was going to get this autograph. Like there was a couple that was down here in a wedding dress that had "I'm getting married at halftime." I was part of their wedding. Pictures everywhere. Everybody was happy, but the fourth quarter came around. The Saints was up 55 to like 14 or something like that, and I was having a fantasy day. I was winning my bets. I was part of a random wedding, and Drew Brees and me had already made contact, and like we had talked a little bit already up to this point. And then some shitty ass Bengal fan on the way out got his feelings hurt. He was flipping me off. I was talking crap the entire game. Don't get me wrong, and I was definitely at moments very hard to deal with. I'm sure as far as my shit talking goes, but the next thing I know, I blew a fan a kiss, and next thing I know, security and cops was all around me saying that I was inciting fights and all this stuff, and that I was.
They text that number.
I was too drunk, but I looked straight at the security guard. I said, without looking up at the scoreboard behind me, you tell me how many rushing yards the running back has. It's the big running back. I can't think of his name.
Ingram.
It was Mark Ingram. I said, because I had him on my fantasy that day.
Yep.
I said, look at without looking at the scoreboard, look at me in my face and tell me how many yards. If I'm so drunk, we're in the fourth quarter with 1 minute and 54 seconds left in the game. Mark Ingram has 236 rushing yards and he scored 3 touchdowns today, but I'm too drunk. And I was dead on, you know what I mean? Like it was to that point. He may have not rushed for 236 that day, but it was just like, it was like that, you know what I mean? And next thing I know, he was like, look, you can leave, or you can stay and go to jail, or you can leave. I said, I'll see you later. You know what I mean? I'm going home. That was a Captain Morgan day. Oh, it was a Captain Morgan. We drank a liter of Captain Morgan before we ever went into the stadium. God. I know, and I hadn't drank Captain Morgan since I was young, It was a good time, though. I would do it all over again. Like he said, that was a great game.
Yeah.
Leading up to the events of it all.
You gonna try the drift was?
Yeah.
Alright.
I finished the Elijah Craig. I'm trying to catch up to the fermentation.
low can you go? You get out low. Viewers might have been suspect how you leaned over this way. So.
No, they was suspect about you when you was looking in this cabinet, and I had to remind them it was a family show.
Don't worry. He's feeling good. He's gonna sit back and enjoy the pour.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Let's Emily, let's order some food.
What do we want?
Oh, I thought she'd be sleeping.
I wasn't sure either, but I knew if as long as food got into the eardrum, we was good. I don't know. Are y'all hungry?
I'm a little hungry.
I didn't eat no dinner.
I
figured we could order
ate
some.
that quarter
I
of
saw
a
you ate
burger.
the quarter of the burger when we got
It's
here.
like about like a little half chunk that
I
my
just
kids
wanna
left.
I wanna eat before I go home.
We can get some Domino's or something.
Yeah, I figured we get some food.
Domino's
Oh, my
pizza.
sister-in-law's in here.
What's up,
She
sister-in-law?
this may be the first time she ever viewed in
Nah.
our show.
Hello,
This is-
my
this
name
is-
is Jeff.
My name is You got Brady and the Bourbon Jamaican right here.
Make sure to smash that like button.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, make sure you smash that like button.
Hey, we got 8 likes.
Fine. Thanks for tuning in, Alana.
So while Chris is finishing that extended fermentation Jim Beam, yeah, I said it earlier. They distill their own stuff. They age their own stuff. They're out of Wisconsin. This is a 8.5 year, I think, bourbon. 8.5 years, and it is. I'm not gonna say the proof. I'm gonna see if you can guess.
Oh, I was going to look at the label, so I'm glad I won't look at the label.
Here's the tater sticker.
Yeah, I thought that's what got me in there. Old fashioned donut.
Yeah.
You have to show that because Meg's such a Dunkin' fan. That kind of reminded me of Dunkin' Donuts.
Now here's the rye. When we get to the rye, it's a fruity pebble, don't it?
You can see it, but you can't really see it.
I'll get up and show you.
Yeah, we'll show them. Oh, Torp's in the house.
Sure,
Nah.
where you been?
It's about time.
I asked about you earlier.
What? Why are you whispering over there?
We'll come figure it out here in a minute.
Just get us whatever large 2 toppings they got.
Y'all want pizza?
There.
What else is in Richwood?
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
No, with the steakhouse coming into Richwood, I figured more restaurants would be starting to pop up.
There's a
What,
couple
is it
of
Gold Star?
Kettleman's over.
There's
Yeah,
Gold,
that's what I'm saying.
Gold
with them
Star,
coming to
Wendy's.
steakhouse.
And Skyline.
Gold Star, Skyline, Wendy's, Penn Station, Domino's.
Pizza will suck up some of this bourbon. Or
I'm not super hungry. If you get pizza, I'll probably just have a couple.
I just want
pieces.
I'm peckish. I'm hungry.
I don't know. Izzy said she wanted to go to Wingstop, so depending on.
He
what-
said
Wingstop
he's still
is
serpent or
sipping on that Springfield.
yeah. No, he's still nursing that Parker's.
that Parker's is really good.
Yes, that's fire.
I was telling Sheldon the other day, I didn't get to tell you, Chris, they posted a label on the TTB. They're going to start doing Elijah Craig barrel proof batches of the rye, which is all that Parker's is. That's just a 10-year Elijah Craig rye.
Yeah.
So when they start doing these Elijah Craig barrel proof ryes, they're going to be like $85.
Buy as many as you can when you
And they're literally just going to be Parker's in an Elijah Craig bottle.
Torp, I hope there was a pre-notice on there. We definitely told the Bourbon Jamaican to post that notice. So if it wasn't, let us know.
Yeah, it was. I
We're
posted.
gonna have to
5
fire.
o'clock.
We're gonna have to fire our media guy.
He said
did
the
post.
Springfield went fast. That Springfield was
It
fantastic.
is. I'm on bottle number 3, I believe.
Torp, did you get the picture of the Jack Daniels bottle? You'd sent me your phone number over email, and I texted you the picture of that Jack. Want to make sure he got it. I might have just texted a random person a picture of a bottle of Jack Daniels. I don't know.
Torp showing us some love with the hearts.
Yes, sir. That sample has a little left. Gotcha. Yeah, that Jack rye is great. That was the Bourbon Chronicles pick.
We got that other Cedar Ridge up there for you tonight.
Oh shit! Breaking news, Chris. 49ers trade Debo to Washington.
Nah, there was a bunch of different rumors. You know who else we're getting? We're getting Joey Bosa. The Bosa brothers are going to be together.
Oh, come
They're
on
coming.
now. I can't afford him.
Oh, nah, we can afford
Oh,
them.
come on now.
Fuck, you crazy. We go get them. I figured Debo was moving. What did we get in his spot? Because there was a couple different teams that was in
Fifth
there.
round pick.
That's it?
Yeah.
We didn't get nothing?
For Debo.
5th round, that's it?
Yeah.
No, that don't sound right.
That's what it said.
We got some money in there or something.
Just best JD
Yeah.
Rye I've had yet. I would agree. I've had
You got a charger?
2 of the Shelfers, and they were good. But that pick
Usually you
had
gotta
like
go
a
down
really
there.
nice
It's
fruit note
upstairs.
on the back end of
You
it.
know where my little basket's at?
No.
I'll go get it. I got you.
That is not the Cedar Ridge Double Oaked Rye, Torp. So you missed the story earlier. I went out to Missouri to do a Ben Holiday pick, and I was looking all over Missouri for Cedar Ridge. Missouri, the stores in Missouri didn't even know what Cedar Ridge was. And I got back to Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and went into a store by my buddy's house, and they just had this Cedar Ridge Double Oaked on the shelf, but it's the double barrel bourbon. It's the blue label, 105 proof. It's the only Cedar Ridge they had. I haven't tried the Double Oaked Rye still. It's on my list. Next time it hits their website, I might order a bottle. This Double Oak bourbon's pretty good. I think I would probably like the rye better. But that pick you sent us of the Cedar Ridge, man, I've been having several pours of that. It's fantastic. I would love to get more Cedar Ridge stuff around here. Yeah, I thought the Double Oak bourbon was okay. It's really sweet up front, and then like Chris and I were saying earlier, you know, it's got a floral note on the back end that we're both not very fond of. But it's not bad, you know. It's $50. It's not like it was $100 for something that was, you know, decent. Double Oaked Rye was Iowa only and a little online. Ah, I got you. So I did a pick with the Mash and Drum at Ben Holiday, and then they were going to Cedar Ridge the next day, and he posted that they did a VDN finished bourbon and a quintessential single malt there. So I'm excited for those. I'm curious to see what their single malt's like. I'm not a big single malt guy. I've been trying to get into them. I found some that are okay, but I'm hoping Cedar Ridge is going to be the one for me.
That's why when you got to talking about all the maltiness that goes into this, I was surprised that you kept going on about it.
I like malty bourbons. I like bourbons that have like a high malted barley.
Right.
Like that Boulder that we did, it was like 40 or 45% malted barley. It tastes like an Irish whiskey. I like Irish whiskey, but for some reason, whenever I've had an American single malt, they're really smoky to me. But Torb said
this has that little weird correlate.
Oh, are you on the Driftless?
Yeah.
Torb said that the Cedar Ridge single malt's really good. What was the note you got? Sorry. What?
Chlorine. What was the other chlorine that we got? That was off the Cedar Ridge earlier, wasn't it?
That was off the country road.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why.
I don't care. I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 slices of pizza. Yeah, that's plenty.
Probably
It's
more
prob-
than enough.
Yeah, it's probably more than we need. Oh. Not okay. He said the quintessential Cedar Ridge is not as full on chocolate like Westward. The only Westward I've had
Ooh.
was a seal box pick, and it was an apple cider finish. I've not got to try normal Westward.
I'm more of the tequila guy, Tora. What are you drinking? Which tequila are we on?
He said it's not my favorite, but Brady, you'll love it. It's got plenty of sherry.
I know.
Nice.
I'm
Oh
laughing.
yeah.
I didn't even say nothing. I just laughed.
Yes, sir. If that quintessential's just chocolate and sherry, man, or oak. I don't even care about the chocolate. Just oak, sherry, sweetness. I'm good, man. The Bourbon Junkies did a big tequila tasting recently, and whichever one their favorite was, apparently a lot of people have been really liking it. I think it's got the blue label.
The blue label G4?
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of people have been going after that.
I prefer the Resposado out of the G4. Which is like the lighter one.
Kendall tried explaining to me at one tasting the difference between all the different tequilas. And I was like, oh, okay. And I tried them all. And then after I tried them all, I was like, wait, so what was the difference again? It messed me up, man.
Casa Nobel, Blanco, it had a cork fail, so I had to pour it all the way through a coffee filter. So a whole bottle a day for me, I guess.
Casamigos.
whole bottle day.
Baby Logan. You changed the camera. Oh!
What happened?
I'm watching that shit on my phone the whole
I
fucking
know,
camera.
I watched it back too.
That's hilarious.
That's what's happening in Shelly's body.
He said the audio is all hands. Yeah, Sheldon's messing with the camera. Was your phone dying?
Yeah.
I got you.
I had to get some juice.
Torb said rookie.
I need some juice.
Alright, I'm gonna get into this.
So you said you got chlorine on the nose of this?
Weird, I know.
So do you get like a yeasty note on it? I know you've been busy. You can't sit down today for some reason. But give this thing a nose. For everybody, I just now got to the camera falling.
Dang.
For some reason, I saw it over there, then I just saw it over here.
It's funny.
We're on the Driftless Glen bourbon. This was a mash and drum pick. It's Wisconsin 8.5-year bourbon.
It's probably because we're so far away.
Guess I should have been here an hour ago. The audio is 2/10 volume. Is that not the volume? I was gonna say, I don't think it is.
ain't even on the volume.
Yeah, that's the gain, isn't it?
Yeah. It's straight because I'm charging up. So we need to get our volume back.
Yeah,
Which
volume's
one
low.
do you
I didn't touch nothing.
Alright. You said the volume's low?
Yes, volume is low.
Alright. Hold on, I'm about to crank this shit back up. Or I can move it a tad bit closer. My bad.
He said, sounds like you're using the phone mic and you're 10 feet away.
Here, I'll pull the regular microphone back in. I'll be switching back and forth to get some juice.
I was gonna say, how low is your phone?
It was at like 9. I got it at the 18%.
Oh, okay. Is this better, Torp?
It's wide open now. If I can get this damn thing to do both.
Yeah, he said mic's on now. Can you turn it 90 degrees? Yeah, we tried doing 90 degrees. Sit down. Sit down. You ain't sat down all freaking night. We tried doing it sideways earlier, Torp, and it just turned us upside down. We weren't gonna mess with it at the time. We had RJ and a couple other people in the chat, so we were just trying to get the business. But yeah, this is the first Driftless Glen I've ever had, so I'm glad that.
This is also the first one that I've had.
He said that the few he's had has been good, so I'm glad that they're consistent.
Hold on, let's try you a little.
Hey, we can't figure. Hey, we're not tech guys, all right. He said weird. Every other channel can figure this out.
We'll figure it out.
Look, we don't have Stream Studios or Streamlab or none of that. We got an iPhone and a dream, baby.
He said Driftless Glen is jammy in his opinion, not too grainy. I've had a couple pours of this already. I didn't think it was grainy at all.
It's good. The over graininess is a turnoff for me as well.
Have you tried it yet?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's get to this. Let's get to business. Quit dicking around.
I already got into it.
It's definitely jammy, but so I don't know if it's in my head because the sticker says donut, but it really does to me taste like a donut filled with jelly.
feel.
Yeah. It's got like it's like a raspberry.
A little razzle dazzle.
It's got a raspberry. It's not like a blueberry or a cherry. It's kind of like a raspberry, but it actually tastes yeasty like a donut with like chocolate on the top. It tastes like a chocolate donut with raspberry filling.
Jelly.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a dessert.
I love this
for sure.
I've had several pours of this and I love it. The rye is a whole nother animal.
I think it's 105. By the way, you said that you didn't tell us the proof because you wanted me to guess.
Oh, you think it's 105 proof?
I think it's about 115 because it's like numbing. It's almost like numbing the back of my tongue, like the middle of my tongue is getting like a numbness to it.
Have another sip.
Yeah, I think it drinks smooth. Which, I mean, I guess we've had a few pours up to this point now,
I
but
don't know. There's something about it. It's like real tangy.
He said if they keep aging up, they're going to be worth the hunt. Yeah, this is 8.5 years, and next year they're going to be 10-year-old picks. So they're definitely aging up. He said his was 119 proof and drank in the low 100s.
yeah, I feel like this drink's at 105. We don't know the proof yet.
You think what do you think second time? You think it drinks
Brady
harder?
didn't let us look at
It's
it.
at like 110, 115.
The Bourbon Jamaican's on his kick again where he thinks everything drinks really hot. So I was curious what he thought of this. This one's 8.5 years. It's 125.
See, I was higher.
It
Still
don't drink.
115.
Yeah.
It don't drink nowhere near 125.
Nah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, that shit. The fermentation drink hotter than this.
Yes. And that was 108.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. When we get to the rye, we'll do that one next. It's crazy. Have you had any,
He wants to know your score for that.
that was a mash and drum pick. I scored that off the Patreon. The rye is also 8.5 years. Torp, I was telling everybody earlier, so I went and did that Ben Holiday pick. That was with the mash and drum. So, and I think it's about 3 or 4 months. That'll go on sale on his Patreon. So, first ever pick that I've been a part of, and I'm very excited to score a bottle of that. I've been teetering. I'm like, when I get that bottle, am I even gonna open it? That's one that I might put on the shelf and say like my first barrel pick.
You need to
ever.
tell him to get. You need to get two.
I'm not allowed to get two
Why?
because they do a limit so everybody in the group, Patreon group, can get a bottle.
So
If I can get two, I'd buy two in a heartbeat. It was fantastic. It was really, really good. I
So
was
it's only on
shocked.
Patreon. It'll all be on Patreon.
Yeah. It's not that much. You can they do tiers that are really expensive, but like you can
Torb
join
said
for
the
like,
only way he's buying one is if you autograph it.
okay. You buy one, send it to me, I'll sign it. I'll send it back to you. Never had the rye. Yeah, we'll get in the rye next. Online, yes. So the only Patreon I've ever been in is the Mash and Drum and 21090. 21090, we did the Corbin Caches. I got those from them. I ended up dropping that when I lost my job. I dropped their Patreon and stayed in the Mash and Drum because I like his picks more personally. And he kept talking about this one for months, and I was like, I gotta stay until I get this.
Yeah.
And I got this, and I was like, this is incredible. These driftless ones are awesome.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He said, I don't know about Holiday. We got about against Holiday. Now, I will say the bottled and bonds aren't worth your money.
The soft wheat red was my favorite thing
Yeah.
from Holiday that we tried.
That bottled and bond was okay,
Yeah, it was
but the
okay.
Rick House Proof, the red label, the
Yeah.
cash strength, those are awesome.
Yeah, they had some of those today at Party Source.
Yeah, those are really good. And the picks they gave us, they gave us 5 samples. There was one that was okay. The other 4, all 4 of those, no matter what we picked, I would have bought a bottle of that pick. They were all that good. They were really solid. I've had 3 different holidays, all cinnamon, nothing else. Felt flat, drank $30, overpriced. Were those just the bottled and bonds though? And I will say, I had a bottled and bond the other day that was from 2 years ago, and I had a bottled and bond that was from their new release. And their bourbon tastes completely different. Even though it was a 6-year 2 years ago and the new release is a 7-year, it tastes a lot better now that it's a 7-year for sure. And he said he got a Mash and Drum Blue Note pick, and it's the worst $70 bottle I've ever bought. It's Blue Note. That's purely a Blue Note thing. I've had 2 bottles of Blue Note, and I've not been a big fan. The 93 proof was okay, and then I bought a seal box pick, and I did not like it at all.
Can you pin it on your shirt?
Are these gonna work?
We'll find out.
Bottle and Bond soft red wheat, 2 cash strength ones, none were worth the price. Damn. So the Bottle and Bond soft red wheat's not bad. The cash strengths I really liked, but like I said though, I just now started trying their cash strength stuff, and I really like it. I didn't get cinnamon on their stuff at all. I thought it was all really fruity.
They're gonna be like, whoa, the camera's getting shaky.
I know. What are you doing, dog?
If you could describe the in 5 words, what would those 5 words be? You got me on this. You're the one that said breaking news.
You got
know
this.
what I mean?
You got me all. This is a philosophical question.
I'm just saying, if you had 5 words to choose from, what were those 5 words be? What are you doing up there, Brett?
Blue Note was
Hold on.
Green River juice.
I'm switching up.
It's probably young Green River. I think they were sourcing like 3 and 4 year old stuff from Green River.
I didn't like the Blue Note very much either. I know that you had a bottle of Blue Note.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't.
Debo was versatile, but he was also very injury prone. I say versatile because the last couple of years, they had him playing running back on some plays and wide receiver on others, which was cool. But think about it, in the first few years of his career, the first half of his career versus the second half, he was so much better the first half. He got so many injuries in the last 2 years that he wasn't relevant. He wasn't a part of the team anymore.
Yeah, he cost me a lot of fantasy games.
Here we go, breaking phones. Hope y'all got insurance.
As long as we're not breaking bottles, we are.
Yeah. How does the microphone sound through it?
Is the new one plugged in?
Yeah.
I plugged that one. I should have plugged the charger in. Son of a bitch.
There we go. So we can talk and charge at the same
How about
time.
now? Can you hear the mic? He said mic's off, but let's.
Should be good now.
Why is yours 30 seconds? You need to scroll your little time thing all the way up.
He
the
said
line.
your mic is a strength of like 1 out of 10.
What?
It is not the Field of Dream bottle, but that is exactly what I thought it was, Torup. So that's funny.
It's the same exact bottle, but no, it's a brand called Country Roads.
That was my first initial thought too, and then Take Me Home, Country Roads. John Denver started playing in my head for the last 2 hours. So you're welcome, Torup.
He said he can hear Sheldon no problem because Sheldon's by the phone. He can't hear me and Chris.
It should be, but y'all got the microphones.
I don't have the mic. You should have just left it on the big mic.
It's
Yeah.
flashing red and blue. I don't know what that does.
Because I just turned it off. She should connect now.
It's purple now.
It should be purple. It should be on a solid light.
Yeah, it's solid purple.
Ask him what it sound like now.
How about now? He said, "What did Nuke say about 2 hours?" He said it's using the phone mic. You got.
I'm done with this thing, man.
I know.
He's gonna have
What's your
to.
phone on now? It's still decent.
It's just the phone.
What's your charge?
14%.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You back to the normal mic?
Yeah.
All right. How about now, Tor? We're done messing with it. Would you sit your ass down?
I am.
This man been freaking out all day. So no, this is not the Field of Dreams. It's called Country Roads. They source from they contract to still from New Riff. So this is the bottle. How's it look, Chris, since you're ahead of me?
I mean, you can't read the fine print on
I
it,
got
but
you.
you can at least see it kind of looks like a Route 66 sign.
Yeah, so the brand's called Country Roads. They do a rye a chocolate malted rye bourbon, and a honey wheat bourbon that are all distilled by New Riff. This is the honey wheat. This is my favorite of the
I don't
three.
remember.
Thought I gave you one.
No.
That's right here.
Oh, New Riff is nice. Yeah, I liked it. Chris had a good point. When you smell it, it kind of has like a cleaning smell, like a chlorine.
It wasn't a New Riff.
No, we're talking about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's made by New Riff.
Oh,
So
I
it had a
didn't know that.
chlorine smell to it, but when you taste it, the more you drink it, the sweeter it gets. You got it. Proof and age. So this is, it doesn't say the exact mash bill, which sucks, but it's 8 years minimum, 111 proof. And if I remember correctly, it was $65. It's a nice, easy drinker. I think it drinks right at the 111 proof. And it's real like oaky up front, and then the more you drink it, the more you get that honey wheat. It gets that funky wheat, and you get that honey and brown sugar. It's really nice.
He said, donuts, I mean chlorine. That's funny. It really does. The 2 hours was, I've been singing John Denver for 2 hours to work. Take me home to country roads.
All right, we got to do this driftless rye.
Damn.
Man, that
that's
tastes
as far
like a
as we
donut.
made it.
We ain't gonna keep drinking without you, and you won't sit down.
I was trying to space him out.
He's wasted. He's drunk.
Nah, not yet. While Brady's doing a pour, I gotta take an intermission real quick.
Water push-up break. No, I'll have the water. They'll have a cigarette, and I will not be doing push-ups tonight. Oh, I looked at thought I looked at the Only Dreams the other day. I saw you got a bunch of the new stags tore up. We got all 3 stags for 23, and in 24, the only one we found was the A. We didn't get B, C, or D this year for stags. What was the other thing I saw that I saw you got something else. Oh, the Wild Turkey 12-year. That's a big score. That's an awesome bottle. Really good bottle. Oh, and you got the Peregrine Found North. We were talking about the Found North earlier. None of us entered the lottery because we love the last couple releases from Found North, but you know, those were $150 after shipping and tax, and this one was $225 plus shipping and tax. So all 3 of us passed on it. Michter's Toasted, nice. I wasn't a huge fan of the bourbon. I thought it was decent, but I thought that the toasted rye is really good. I heard a lot of good things about that Stag 24D. Won't get cracked unless you get a second. That Wild Turkey 12-year 101, I had to pour that the other night with my buddy, and I will say that is one of my favorite pours of all time.
What's the dog's name?
Winnie. Are you afraid of the dog?
Yeah, Winnie, you're about to go round and round.
She's not, she won't hurt you. She's just a pup. She likes to play. Why, is the pizza up front? You better go. You better sort it out with the dog. But yeah, that turkey 12 year is really good. There's a place down in Bardstown. There's a bar called Neat Bourbon Bar that they actually sell the Wild Turkey 12 year all the time, but it's $150. But I mean, I guess it's cheaper than going to Japan. They're $50 in Japan, but cheaper than getting a plane ticket and all that shit. I don't like the toasted rye. The toasted bourbon's better to me, but not amazing. I only snagged it because it was MSRP. Never seen one. Gotcha. Yeah, the toasted rye's got a little bit of a mint thing to it. If that's not your thing, I could see that. But the butterscotch in the Michter's rye
Yeah.
makes up for all that mint. I like the mint to begin with, but that butterscotch I love, man. Torp scored a bunch of the stags this year. I was telling him we didn't hardly get any.
Yeah, I think Chris was the only one that got one this year. End of last year. Was it January?
Well, all three of us, we got the 24A, but none of us got the B, C, or D. They did a D this year.
Oh, I didn't.
So last year we got 23A, B, C between the three of us.
Yeah, we didn't get D.
Last year we got this year we got 24A. You and I did.
I still got ABC at the house.
Of the 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. He got the C, and then me and Sheldon got the 24A, but we all three of us missed the B, C, D.
Those are C, and I think I got
Torb said he's a fan of the Michter's 10-year.
A. I got A and C.
For 24?
Yeah.
Where'd you get the 24C?
Both of those are 24 C.
No, those are 23. Yeah, those are the ones we got last year.
Oh.
You, me, and Chris got those. The Michter's 10 is where it's at. I like the Michter's 10 a lot. I don't like the price on it. They're $200 plus you have to get the shelf bottle at the distillery, so it ends up being like $300 by the time you leave there. And it is really good stuff, but I don't know. He said he didn't get the C, and the A is for his one-year-old niece when she turns 21, along with several other 2024 scores. Nice. Yeah, I'm not salty that we missed the stags. Honestly, they're fine. I don't have to have them. You know, I went crazy.
Shit, 2 years ago, that Brady would have been a different story.
Oh yeah, because a lot of that was the FOMO shit. And then like in 22, I got the A, and then they released a B, and I was like, all right, I gotta have the B. And then in 23, we got the A, and I was like, all right, I have to get BC no matter what. And in 24, I was like, I've got the last 5 stags, and I've only opened 2 of them. Why do I need all the 24s?
Right. We haven't seen the 14-year yet, Torb. They were talking about it earlier.
I'm not even gonna look for it.
Yeah, he just wants the 12-year.
If I get that 12, I'll be happy, man. I'll settle for the 10.
I haven't found, like, I've seen the Jack 10 and 12 on shelves, but I haven't found it to where I'm like, yeah, I'll pay that for that. You know what I mean?
They're so high.
I know, and like they're really good. It's enjoyable and everything like that. But like you said, I'm not gonna pay astronomical prices. For
What's
something
funny
that-
is with most of the Jack
that
Daniels
point.
stuff, they're cheaper on Facebook than they are at the liquor stores.
I know, that's wild.
Like the 10 you could get on Facebook for 110 last year, and all the liquor stores they were $200 around here. I almost paid 110 for one, but I didn't. And the 12-year they were $200 on Facebook, but the stores around here wanted $300 and $400.
Yeah, the cheapest I've seen the 12 is $3 anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Brady. Whose shoes is this?
What? Yeah, she's got to stack the 24 cellar age, the larceny. Oh, nice.
Oh, it's nuts.
Hey, thanks, Em, for carrying all that down.
You can see how much battery life we got left. We got 6%.
6.
Yeah, so they gotta switch
This
mics.
shit's draining.
Yeah, it's draining fast. Mics to up, so we gonna sound like.
Scoot it forward.
All right.
He's gonna say, "Oh God, not again."
Where your paper plates at?
I'm hunting Wednesday for the JD12. At least I hope for. I'd pass on the 10 and amazed if I see a 14.
Yeah. And then the loaded finger top.
The 14 is gonna be really hard to find, and it's gonna be super expensive, man. And from what I've heard, my thing is, a lot of people have been saying, okay, is it better than Russell's 15? You can't compare them, but if you can tell me it's not worth that,
No.
like, a lot of people, Torb said it's about to get rowdy. A lot of people have said, the 14's good, but don't spend an arm and a leg on it. I don't think it's worth it. So many people are going to go crazy this year for it because it's batch 1. That it's not going to be worth it. The 12, I love the 12. I got the first batch of the 12, and it's crazy. It's super, super good. Torp said, "Y'all come back now, you hear?"
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do this again. This is our first one of 25, and I've been out of town for the last 2 weeks, basically, between the barrel pick and doing job interviews and stuff. That I told these guys, dog's going crazy. I told these guys, you know, let's do a live this weekend, and hopefully Torp will hop on and connect. If they keep the line through 21, we'll have plenty of 12 and 14 in the future. I hope so. That was my first thought when I saw all these press releases with Chris Fletcher and stuff. The 18 and 21, I'd like to try to bar, but if I can walk into a liquor store and buy the 12 off the shelf for $100, I'm cool. I don't care about the 14, 18, 21. If it gets to the point in the next couple of years, I can get a 10 or a 12 off the shelf. That's all I want. I'm happy. I'm over it, man. I'm over all the hype.
Yeah.
I'm not giving in the FOMO and shit anymore. You know, especially like, you know, losing my job. You know, spending all that time trying to budget. It really teaches you. You know, these things are not worth the money.
No,
You know,
no.
you got to be picky. Trying like these driftless is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So I'm willing to fork out. You know, and those were $80, the driftless.
They're
For-
worth 80. The bourbon's worth 80 bucks.
That's the rye. I just poured the rye for you, and Sheldon. But it's, I don't know, man. I'm so sick of all the allocation.
Yeah, I waited 5 years and found the orange label Weller for $75.
You need to get rid of that second one.
So,
I could have.
you know,
People post stuff all the time saying, I have this, I want orange Weller. Gone in minutes, man, because people don't want the oranges.
I told Megan during the Derby this year, when everybody comes down, I'll just sell my whole rainbow and see what you know, post it up and see what.
Some dude had a Stag store pick that was in the 120s, and he had another Stag store pick that was 145 proof. And he wanted an orange Weller, and you got both those Stags. And I was gonna text you, and within 5 minutes, gone. Somebody took it.
145 though? I haven't seen that.
Neither have I.
What was that from? What year?
It was like a Stag Junior.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, they were both Stag Junior store picks. Any info on the Driftless Glen rye? Is it minty, grassy? I love a great rye, but 90% of them are sus. We haven't tried it yet. What's going on, Winnie?
It's a new addition to the cast.
She's freaking.
Yeah.
She's freaking because she don't know that how to stay still.
She's been running laps down here. Torp said, "Little puppy." Stephen Farrar said, "Look at the baby."
Oh, Puff's been in the freaking chat this whole time and don't say nothing until the dog get on. Imagine that.
Yeah, Winnie's the newest addition to the squad. She's still trying to settle in. She's only 7 months. So my wife thought she was getting a German Shepherd, but it's a Beagle mixed with Husky. But one of the parents is full-blood German Shepherd, so she's the runt of the litters, but she's like tiny. So her siblings are huge, like regular German Shepherd. So she has that German Shepherd coat, but she has that Beagle.
You gotta talk louder. Remember, you unplugged your mic.
Yeah.
Torp said the audio sucks.
Sorry, we gotta get some battery time. We're trying to make it at least to the last bottle.
He said, "Bermusky?" ?
Yeah, this is a Timo. This is a German Shepherd from Timo. So we got a
I'll eat
Timo
it in a
German
minute.
Shepherd.
I gotta try this Driftless Glen rye before I start eating pizza. Keep the palate fresh. Yo, I gotta try this thing though. This is the Fruity Pebble Donut, is what it's called.
You wanna try
8.5 year rye. I ain't gonna tell you the proof on this one either until you drink it. Chris is staring right at it.
I didn't look.
This is about 130.
Oh, come on now. You ain't even drank it.
I just did. It's high.
Torp said steak over bread. Hey man, we've been drinking a lot. We can't just go on and just start grilling steaks, man. I can't even say a whole sentence.
That's a Memorial Day setting.
So to answer your question, Torp, there's no grass. It's a little minty. There's no grass. There's no floral note. There's no dill. Dill's my huge thing. I freaking hate dill. This is dead on. It says Fruity Pebble Donut. It's like eating Fruity Pebble cereal. When it hits your tongue, I took this to E-Town with me the other day, and my buddy had a pour of it, and he said, "Can I buy this bottle?" I said, "There's none left." And he said, "Can I buy your bottle?" And he said, "Spam's even better than bread." It literally, it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. When it hits your tongue, man, it's like, I don't know about you, but it's like watermelon, peach, grape, cherry, and then it's a little yeasty like a donut, and then you get like a minty note and an oak note. But there's a slight mint, but no floral, no grass. I might be the only one that doesn't like 95.5 MGP, said Tor. I'm picky about it. If I know who's picking it, I'll drink it. But I've gotten screwed several times buying MGP rye picks, and they straight up taste like pickle juice or lemongrass or like flowers, and it just sucks. But if I trust whoever it is that's picking an MGP rye, then I'm okay with it. Because some of them, like the Prideful Goat 8-year, that thing's like drinking sweet tea.
Yeah,
It's herbal, but it's like a sweet tea herbal. That thing's incredible.
Sunday.
So the Driftless Glen is 8.5 years, and what did you think the proof was?
150.
So I think the rye spice kind of got me thrown off a little bit. I would say this is probably like
We play on
120.
So like when you walk in.
On the nose. It's 8.5 years, 120 proof. The rye, yes, it's also 8.5 years.
Yeah, so
They will have a 10-year and a bourbon and 10-year rye released by the end of the year this year, Tora, Driftless Glen. He said he doesn't like Sagamore because of the floral notes. The Sagamores, I think, have that on the front, but after they open up, like if you have 2 or 3 pours out of your Sagamore bottle, I think the Sagamore gets sweeter as you open it. Like that 9-year was incredible. The Bottled and Bond was their own juice, and that was incredible.
a word we use is off. She's in training. Just
What is
push her
it?
down and say off.
Off.
Oh. I should have said that when you.
See, now she's sitting down. Look at you, you're trained.
Yeah.
I'm only 3-hour drive from them. I got to visit. Let me know if you go there for a pick. So they just did this pick a few months ago, and I didn't go. So they're supposed to go. They're supposed to go again in November or December, and they were told that they were going to get 10-year bourbon and 10-year rye picks. And the labels were released on the TTB for a 10-year bourbon and a 10-year rye. So that should be. I'm really looking forward to that, and I would like to go there if I have the chance to go. I'd like to go. I've not been to Wisconsin, and I've heard, from what I've heard, Driftless Glen's a really cool place. That's the one we were going to go to when I was working, and they said, "Can somebody be there next Friday?" And I said, "Let's go." And then next Friday, didn't have a job, so I just should have went. Anyway, I like the Grizzly Beast, but not a huge fan of Lost Monarch from Redwood. It's tough when a brand burns you.
I thought the Grizzly Beast was that redwood.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
He changed the subject. The Grizzly Beast, I think, is okay.
I've seen it, but I don't think we
The
got it.
green one, the rye, the rocket top,
Yeah.
I really like that. The Lost Monarch, I'm not a huge fan of, but Chris brought the Pipe Dream, and that one was
Yeah, the
good.
pipe dream was very good.
The Pipe Dream's good, and the Rocket Top Rye is a Bottled and Bond rye. That one's good. I sold my Grizzly Beast. I had 2 pours out of it, and I wasn't a big fan. Same with my Lost Monarch. I thought it tasted like pickle juice. I gave that shit away. It was $30 for the bottle. I gave that shit away. Off.
Oh.
She forgot the key word on there. But what do you think of the rye overall? You think it's worth $80?
It's not my cup of tea. Maybe for somebody else.
Yep.
I'm not a
That's fair.
big fan of it.
I like it just because of the uniqueness. Chris ain't even got to it yet. He made pizza.
It is very rye forward. Like you don't really experience anything else other than it's just like it's super viscous, and the spice is there, but it's just like the rye is very overpowering.
You can tell it's a rye, yes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have the grassy dill note, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Torp said that the haystack needle's really good. We haven't seen those.
No, I haven't seen those.
The birthday bourbon's a lot of grassy,
The birthday bourbon.
green tea
Old Forester.
forward.
You think the birthday bourbon's grassy?
Not so much grassy as the green tea herbal type, but it's delicious.
Torp said it's fun how when you get into the bourbon game, you see so much better value out there with a few of the brands, but it takes a ton of sampling along the way.
To figure
That's
out.
a lot of money. That's true. That's what sucks. That's where I made the mistake was rather than
Going to a bar and trying it versus.
I bought the bottles.
Yeah.
And then I stack up all these bottles. I know. I'm on the verge of hitting 500 bottles, so I started selling bottles so I don't hit 500. And I've been buying less. So I got a bunch of bottles that are almost empty, so I'm hoping that brings me down. But that was my biggest mistake, though, Torp, is with a brand like that, like Redwood, you got to either reach out to somebody for a sample or go to a bar or something or split a bottle. I started splitting bottles with friends because, to spend $80 on something that you've never had before and you don't know anything about the brand, it's a huge risk.
Yeah, you're better off going somewhere and spending $15 or $20 and getting a pour. And then chance it from there.
My first Old Forester 100 Black Label is coming next week. Never tried. Love the Blue Label. Is not a fan of the rye. I'm the opposite. I think the Blue Labels are okay. I love the rye. The Black Label I really like. I think the Blue Labels have good flavor, but they're too hot. I think the Black Labels are perfect because Old Forester's stuff is too young. That's my biggest gripe with them. They're all 4 and 5 year old picks in the Blue Label, and they don't tell you that. It's got good flavor, but I have 1 ounce and my throat's gone. My throat's like shot. Hand delivery is costly too.
Yeah.
So all we got left is the Boone County honey
Yes.
and Chris's opinion on the driftless. I want to know Chris's opinion when he gets this. I win. It's not a bottle kill Blue Label day ever. I had I had a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, like the gold label, before I came here. And I like that more than the Old Forester, but I still had like 1 ounce of it. And it took me 2 hours to drink that ounce because every time I had a sip, I'm like, man, this is good flavor, but it hurts.
Yeah.
I love proof, but like the Jacks and the Old Foresters, they'd hurt. Like my Jack pick was 129 and you would have thought it was 150.
Wow.
It just hurt. It hurts your throat.
Yeah, I like to keep it like at 100 for me. It's like perfect.
If I love like a 110 to 120 if it's got full flavor.
Yeah.
I love the Russell's picks, but sometimes they don't have enough flavor at the 110. That's why I like the Knob Creeks and Elijah Craig so much, is you're gonna drink something in the 120s that's gonna have the flavor.
All right. Well, let's get to the honeysuckle once dropping nukes get caught up. What did
Got
you
3
say?
glasses to catch up on.
I know.
I'm gonna have a slice of pizza real quick. Oh, you with thin crust. Nobody touched the bacon.
We saved it all for you.
I ain't eating it. Hey, I'm trying to slim my figure.
My apologies.
Yeah, I had 2 dots. I need to get a couple more slices in. All right, I'll prepare
Plus 3 times
the honey.
there.
It's just that's our last.
We didn't compare them side by side, Tora, but we all agreed that the 10-year overhold was better than the 11-year.
The
They're
16
close.
year.
They're close, yeah, but like I got the overhold 11-year in my barreled and box from Jim Beam, so water and push-ups, Brady.
I ain't drunk. I'm
Right.
fine.
He said Brady did 10 when y'all were on a smoke break.
I did. You guys got up and left, and he said, "Oh, is it water and push-up time?"
I don't know whose shoes Winnie got, but she is having the field.
Oh, I bet you they're your shoes, Emily.
They're nice shoes.
You don't care? They're hey dudes.
Your shoes.
Well,
Shoes
You know
are,
how many pairs of shoes I have?
she's like all sticks.
y'all said you were hungry. There's only like 2 pieces of pizza gone.
I ain't been over here yet. I just took like 2 bites of the dots. They're gonna get devoured. Don't worry.
I don't care too much for the rye.
Damn.
I thought that the bourbon was better.
It is an acquired taste because all the you see what I mean with the fruity pebbles though? It's a lot. Like when you drink it, it's almost a little overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's just too rye forward for me.
It's crazy that you get the fruit and the rye together with the spice. American Made said, Chris, time to catch up, my man. You're 3 shots behind. Hey, look, I've worked it down to 1, okay? I'm not too far behind now.
Well, shit, we got the honey lined up, so
I know, I'm not, honestly, I don't think that I'm going to care too much for the Boone County honey. I'm excited to see.
it's pretty good. I was surprised.
Good.
But I wish I had gotten that bee's knees to compare it to. But then with Nulu, I think I might eventually go back and get that Nulu. Party Store has a store pick of the honey.
It's toasted
Yeah.
and honey.
So I'll be curious to see how much it compares, I guess in comparison. See how much battery you got. We probably can switch mics.
10%.
We're on the struggle bus.
Well, we've been talking louder. He's been able to hear us. He said, "Did that ECBP burn you?"
Yes.
It got to Jamaica. It really did.
Yes, it did.
This is
I'm playing behind for a reason.
This is the new A125 batch, Torp. Grabbed it while I was down in Louisville. And then he just said, "I'm skipping A125, ECBP, and larceny." I don't know, man. We had a debate about it earlier. I love Elijah Craig, and
I
I
really love
think
the larceny that came out though.
that C924 larceny was great. The
Fabulous.
one Shelly's got up there.
Fabulous.
This A125 Elijah Craig, I think, is better than C924 and A124, but not as good as B524. All brown sugar and heat. It's no, because we said it had a cherry note on it.
You said that it had the cherry note on there. I didn't get.
You
too
didn't
much
get it?
cherry
Oh,
out
come
of
on, man. It was really oaky, and I did get the brown sugar, but I got a nice cherry note on it.
You got the brown sugar on the nose, and the cherry note came on your finish. But I got a sweet flavor to it, but it was more sugary than the cherry to it. I got a cigar towards the end of it. Like it was very scary. Yeah, I actually prefer the larceny over the Elijah Craig, and that wasn't a rounded like opinion, but I enjoyed the larceny over the.
He said he's got
Elijah Craig.
backups. That C924 larceny is the best larceny I've ever had.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But my
statement.
problem with it is, it's the best larceny I've ever had, but I still don't think it's better than Elijah Craig or the Bernheim. I like the Bernheim better.
I don't know. Larceny surprised me last year. Like I had never been a huge fan of larceny, but when we tried the larceny, it was in one of my top ones.
I agree.
I agree. I don't think that they should flood the market either. I don't think that it should be 4 or 5 releases. We were just having the same conversation about Bookers. Like little book. You already have 4 annual releases of the base bookers. Now you're releasing 4 little books a year. Like, that's just way too much.
Yeah, they need to do 2 bookers.
I don't know, Torab. I think that tequila's got. Did you finally eat the worm on the tequila? I don't know about that, bud.
He said C924 Larceny is better than Weller Foolproof and Pappy 15.
We could have the conversation and sit down and have a good pour over the C924 Larceny and Weller Foolproof.
Mm-hmm.
But that Pappy 15 is
I've not had it.
nectar of God's vagina. I'm
Well.
sorry, YouTube.
Demonetized.
Demonetize the
We
video.
weren't even monetized to begin with. It's
We
alright.
can't lose it if we ain't got it.
Damn, this Hawaiian pizza's
Smacking
killer,
it.
man.
Just that-
Love me.
I got a hot piece
Love me
still.
some. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, this is a mini. I'm gonna have 2.5 pieces.
There you go.
Like I said,
The
I'm trying to see what my
C924
favorite-
definitely surprised me last year, and it was definitely in my top realm of
What
drinks
is it?
last year that I had.
And then, right,
He said I got Pappy goggles.
pepperoni and bacon, pepperoni and sausage, and then like. I'm gonna have to ask your dad. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He said he was gonna want that.
You
I
said
definitely,
you're not one.
I definitely get the wood
Lost in
on
the
that Pappy
championship.
15, but
Have a Weller Foolproof. I'd love to trade out for something, anything. Traded for an E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof and a Cedar Ridge.
I'm
Now,
Torb, I've already drank 3 of my barrel proofs, E.H. Taylors.
did you try this year's?
I haven't yet, no. It can't be better than last year's.
Twice as good.
No way.
Swear to God. We went.
I haven't seen it this year though. Like I
I
haven't
couldn't
seen
find
it
it.
anywhere.
So I went to Danny's.
I will go buy one, but I haven't seen it anywhere.
I went to Danny's, and he told me he got it last week, and I was like, "So you're out?" And he's like, "Yeah." Went to another store, the store in Oak Brook, gone. Couldn't find it anywhere, and I ended up having to. I ended up going to Uncorked and using my points, and got it. But me, Emily, and my parents went down to Buffalo Trace the week before Christmas, and they had a big light show, and it was free.
Yeah.
And
I
you
thought
walk-
that you had to sign up for that though.
You did. You had to
Yeah,
sign
they
up.
were
They
all
had,
sold out.
they had a limited amount of tickets, but it was
Yeah.
free. So we got tickets. Well, you walk through this light path. It was like a 15-minute walk. And then it takes you out to the Rick House at the end. And when you walk in the Rick House, they were pouring a shot of the new E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and it was free. It was included.
Nice.
My dad, here's how I gauge things. My dad doesn't drink as much bourbon as we do. But if he drinks something and he says, "Holy shit, that's good," I'm getting a bottle of it.
Right.
He took one sip out of this cup, and he looked at me and he said, "Holy shit, Brady, that's good." And I was like, "Hey, I haven't even tried it yet." And I had a sip, and it was so good. It was incredible.
Last year when I told y'all when I first got it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great."
Yeah. So last year's was 131 proof.
Yeah.
I think it drank like it was like 130. This year's is 127, and it drinks like it's 100. You could drink
You
the
think-
whole bottle in one
You
sitting.
think last year's drink hot?
Yes.
I didn't think it drank that hot. Like obviously, I'm not pouring it straight. Got home from work, pour me a.
Well, yeah, you
know,
don't
barrel
start
proof.
with it.
Right, but like
It burns. It puts some hair on your
I
chest.
loved it. That like
I
that's the
still
best
like
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
And then I had this year's and I said,
I haven't
"My
seen
God."
it anywhere. I've looked everywhere
Yeah.
for it, but I haven't seen it.
But I
haven't
got
put
it.
like stupid crazy for it, but
I snagged the bottle. I had to drain all my points to get it, but I snagged one. And when my dad comes back, I'm gonna open it with him.
good after you open it with him. Come see me.
Torp said Pappy 15 so thin, even Old Fitz 10 year was crap. 2 field corn. I like the Old Fitz 10.
I
Damn.
didn't like the old Fitz 10 that much.
He said, "Is there a barrel batch 37 yet?" No, not yet. When there is though, I'm gonna try it. That batch 36 was a game changer, man.
I didn't think
that was insane.
I didn't think the old Fitz 10 year was that great, but I would have still bought a bottle, Toro. Like, I would have still bought it.
That barrel batch 36,
That's
man,
what-
was a sleeper.
Old Fitz is a bottle that I want on my shelf, whether I drink it or not. And I haven't had. I've came really close to having the opportunity to get it, but it's only been within arm's reach. So haven't lucked out yet.
I've been seeing that Willet, so pretty much I could have got my hand on that Willet, but I think it's the 11-year rye that's out like flooding everywhere. And everybody keeps talking about it.
Yeah, the 11-year rise are hitting big this year. So far.
Depends on where you go.
Purple top sucks, is what Torp said.
I know, I'm so glad I didn't fall into that hype. The Bourbon Jamaican almost got me in that hype though.
Bourbon Jamaican just got a new purple top. It was a gift though.
Yeah.
He said the Old Fitz bottles are 5 times too much. I would agree to an extent. I know that you didn't like the 10, but I really liked the 10. I thought the 8 I was okay. I thought the 13 VVS, I got lucky and I got mine at MSRP. I wouldn't pay more than MSRP in it, and I don't even think it's worth MSRP. But the 10 I really liked. It's worth trying, but holy fuck, $250.
Yeah. It's going for 4.
What is this? Oh,
Bourbon
honey.
Jamaican.
Nice. I've only had like 2 honey finished bourbons ever, I think. Maybe 1. I had the 3 chord. I just sold it to Greg White.
Yeah.
Not a big fan. He wanted it.
So when this came out, I was kind of intrigued because the last time they came out with a honey finish, it was when they were under the 1833 brand.
Right.
And I wanted one so bad, but they went so fast because back then, everything they were getting were ghosts, which this is a ghost also.
Yeah, all that MGP
So,
shit.
but everything they put out has been pretty good. Like, if you look back here, you'll see I have like a shelf 2 deep that has a ton of Boone County stuff.
Torp said you should trade that purple top for 3 Stag Juniors.
Yeah?
You can get more than that for it. Is that an 11?
That's 8.
You sure?
It's a 7 or an 8.
It's an 11.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's a low proof 11. So the 11 year, that one goes for like 500. So that's about 4 Stag Juniors. Because the Stags are coming down around us. I saw the Stag this morning. They're selling for 130
Where?
on Facebook.
Yeah. I've seen it.
They're way down right now.
They're going for like $249 in a bunch of places. So I was in
Yeah.
Covington today.
Yeah, the stores are outrageous, man.
I stopped at Liquor Mart Express. They had it for $249.
Yeah.
Everybody's having it for $249, but I'm sure if you go in there and be like, "Can I get it for $200?" They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we'll take $200."
As much as I hate to buy shit off Facebook or the secondary market, it's cheaper than going to the stores around us, man. Like,
Yeah.
like that the dude, like people are getting insider deals, is what it is.
Yeah.
These guys in Louisville, they know a store owner. They'll buy 2 cases of Stag at MSRP. They'll flip them for 130 a piece, and then they'll split the profit with the store owner.
Yeah.
Well, 130, okay, whatever, man. That's as MSRP is up to $70 now. What's
Yeah. So they're doubling.
all right? Torp said 3 E.H. Taylor barrel proofs then. American Made said, Sheldon, you're a cool cat. You could have fired me, but didn't. LOL. Y'all stay safe.
Oh dang. I wonder.
Torp, by you, are the E.H. Taylor barrel proofs worth the same as a Stag Junior? Because they ain't here. If those E.H. Taylor barrel proofs by you are 150 to 200, if you can get E.H. Taylor barrel proof for 200 by you, you buy that thing at 200, man. Those are worth it.
200 and below.
Yeah, I'd buy them at 200. They're 350 here, and the stags are 130.
Yeah. We're dropping news. We're gonna wrap this thing up before the battery life goes out. I think we're on the last bottle.
Hey, you're passing down. Boone County honey. You've been waiting on this one for years.
I'm telling you, like the last one came out in 2015, and I missed out. And they keep talking about it, so I'll go to the distillery and I'll ask the people that's working there, and they're like, yeah, they keep talking about it, but they came out with like several different stuff. They came out with the toasted, the amberana.
They do make the best Amberana though, for real.
And they came out with a bunch of different stuff, and I was just like, man, when are you coming back out with the honey? And the guy was like, man, we finally found a beekeeper local. So the stuff is local. So it's a local beekeeper that they get the honey barrels from, put it in, do their part with the bourbon, then give it back to the beekeeper, and they do stuff and get like a bourbon flavored honey.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a hot toddy.
Torp said that's what I'm talking about. I get each E.H. Taylor barrel proof before Stag Junior, even though I like the Stag Juniors better.
Yeah.
Man,
You can't
the
pass
Stag.
on Taylor.
I think the Stag Juniors are normally as good as the Taylors, except this year, man. This year's E.H. Taylor. If they were on a shelf by me for 200, I'd probably buy 2 or 3 of them. That new E.H. Taylor is that good.
Yeah. Apparently they're coming out with some new lineup here in the summer.
The Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Council.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
looking
supposed to be a
forward that.
bar only.
Yeah.
Restaurant bar only.
So we're gonna have to.
What we're gonna be looking for is Eagle Rare 12.
I'll be in line for that one.
Hey, we know somebody that owns a restaurant, so
The,
we might get a bottle.
That's true.
So
I ain't been to his place in forever. I feel
I
bad.
I have.
Because when
I've
the
got
E.H.
the
Taylors
connection.
dropped, I was gonna swing by and say, "Hey, Patrick," and I was like, "No, I ain't been here in like
Yeah.
6 months."
yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, you can smell the honey on the nose.
$150 for an E.H. Taylor barrel proof with points at a place, but got to spend $800 first. Oh,
Damn.
okay. Well, when I got mine was 1,500 points, and then I spent $75 for it.
But
So-
for your 15 points, they do like 50 cents on the dollar though.
No, it's a point dollar.
So
Yeah.
y'all's is
Yeah.
about the same then.
It's
as
just-
far
yeah.
as the
Yeah.
as far as the formula goes.
Yeah, double the points, half the price. Worst out though, I'd rather have Torps in. $70 for a Stag Junior out the door rarely. I'm alright, so I'm excited to try this. And my first thought when I saw this, it's got nice legs.
Oh.
My first thought was, what would this be like with the Amberana mixed in it?
That'd be some fire. And
It
Do
would
you
be-
have one open?
It would be
Yes.
a Rio.
You do have one open?
I believe so.
Yeah, it would be Rio. It would be Boone County Rio.
Yeah.
If not, I'll open that one because they got a bunch.
Oh, you can find it everywhere.
Yeah. If,
I
yeah,
used
I'm out of Amberana, but I have one we can open. Is this Amberana right here? Oh, that's his Amberana?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sip of this, and I wanted to pour some Amberana in. I still have mine's at the same level as yours. I ain't drinking it forever, but I went through a kick where I was drinking it
Here,
all the time.
We'll do some glasses of Amberana.
No, I'll just pour straight in here.
Alright. You want a glass of Amberana? Just a thimble?
No.
I burned out my points with the Maker's 24 Cellar Age for the niche. She better appreciate it because I got to get that E.H. Taylor barrel proof for a gold, Bland's Gold instead. Yeah, that E.H. Taylor barrel proof was the real deal. Hopefully she likes the Makers. You better start training her to like that wheat funk because that Maker's Cellar Age, that y'all remember that thing was
Yeah.
funky.
Yeah.
That was really funky.
It saved me $200.
Yeah,
Because
I
it was here. I had the opportunity to buy it twice, and I passed on it twice.
tasted it at Bourbon Fest and said I'm not a fan.
Yeah, Brady
Got a bottle still fucking open.
That's
I should have
crazy.
sold it. I should have sold that thing and I could have doubled my money.
That's crazy how close in.
He brought it.
They
He
are
brought
on
it
the
here.
nose.
Was like, try this. And we picked it on the now the
It's you get the honey,
Nailed
you get
it
the
on its
Amburana
head.
on this, but it's like it feels like it's got a honey on
Like
it.
a
as well.
honeysuckle almost.
Huh.
he says she's 13 months old now.
Right, she's got plenty of time, but I mean, like, you know what I mean. Once she hits about 18, you better start feeding her some Maker's Mark, man, because that's cellar age. A little funky.
I don't know. But some
I hope the 25 is
You know
better. The
what's
23 was great.
I used to Makers was my mixer when I was in, the college years.
So this drinks at the 116.
Oh, easily. It's got a. I heard somebody talk about this the other day, and I think it's a good note because I never thought about it. It's got a sulfur note to it.
Yeah. But it's like from start to finish, it's like that warm Kentucky huggies there.
Read that, Chris. That was funny.
I did. 20 years from now, we'll be posting on Torup's page. He had the opportunity at a barrel proof and gave you this.
He had the
this
opportunity
other-
for the best EH Taylor ever made, but he gave it up to give you cellar age. Is this your Amburana?
Mm-hmm.
That one? Let me see it. I just want a small amount to put into this honey. But I know if I pour it out of here, I'll pour too much.
And the Amburana's got a little kick to it tonight. It opened up a bit. That is actually good.
With the Amburana or without it?
Well, I took a sip of one and took a sip of the other, so it's
Oh.
like the Amburana, the heat on that, it's like if you're eating like a buffalo wing and you take a drink of Coke and like the fizz from the Coke
I
kind
got
of push the heat up a little bit.
I like the Boone County honey because it's got a bourbon note, like a pot still bourbon because they
Yeah.
pot still, and then you get the honey, and then you get the sulfur note, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I think it works for that
Yeah, it's balanced.
because
well.
it adds a complexity.
Yeah,
You get it's like an Irishy honey and then the sulfur.
I would agree with most of that statement, Torup.
what did he say?
Said he tried the cellar age and it's a great, best makers he's had so far. So not mad either way, but
Well, he had
better
that.
than the old Fitz.
He had to get that Costco. What was the Costco one? That was I think
That
was-
lost recipe makers.
Yeah, their lost recipe I think was better than the cellar age personally.
I think so, and I think the BDP is too.
Yeah.
Oh
Which
man.
we're gonna crack that one.
What?
Actually, the BEP, so
The Wood Series.
Yeah.
but this was from 2023. But
Yeah.
man, that I seen it. I thought I didn't have it, but then Barry's like, "Wait, you already got this." So I thought
He doubled up.
I'm debating. I'm missing one. I'm missing the 2021
Maybe
maybe.
missing a couple.
Yeah. So
But I think what I'm gonna do, guys, I think I'm gonna skip the first box because I don't want the Maker's 46.
yeah.
And when you guys see the keepers on the shelf, let me know, and we'll get a keepers and we'll do a review on it. It's the new heart release. It's called
Yeah.
the keepers.
I think that just came out. I think
Supposed-
Kroger has them right now.
I shouldn't be because Maker's Maker's email said it comes out in 2 weeks.
Somebody, I'm telling you, I went somewhere today and they had a boatload of it.
You didn't even buy a heart, did you? You kept telling me you wanted a heart, then you,
You were
never bought
supposed to
the
give me your heart, but then you had to change a heart.
heart. Yeah, when
We're
you
back
called
to-
me yesterday and said you bought the Makers, I was like, oh, he bought a heart, and you said I bought a BEP, and I was like, wait, what? The heart says it on the front. The new one says the keepers on the front, but it's like it blends in easy. You got to read the fine print,
Yeah.
and it'll say 25 instead of 24 on it. Keeper's Heart is the brand too. Waters where yeah, that is funny. I thought of that too. So Torup sent us that sample. It was a bourbon Irish blend, and it was called Keeper's Heart. Well, Makers made the Heart release, and now they're making Keeper's release,
Nice.
which it's funny. But anyway,
I
they
guess when you Google it, both of them was gonna pop up.
yeah, when you look up Keeper's Heart, it's gonna be Makers Keepers and Makers Heart.
Yep.
But the wheat whiskey that's coming out this year is called Star Hill Farm, and
Is that the one you brought that blackberry?
No. That's Starlight.
Yeah, that's Starlight Distillery.
This is Maker's Mark doing a wheat whiskey. They'd never done it before.
Yeah.
This is an old label.
It was only rumored at first.
Yeah, they posted the label. I gotta find it. It was an old label. Fuck, I don't know if I have it anymore. Did you? There's a this year they did last year. That was my whiskey of the year. This year they're doing a 19, but it's the Bernheim. It's not a bourbon. It's a 19-year wheat whiskey.
Nice.
That comes out at the end of March.
You said wheat. You said my name.
I know I have that Maker's label.
Boys, I'm gonna be hitting the house.
Damn, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
My Uber has arrived.
Well, we have went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a couple bottles and some. I hope y'all enjoy this live, man. It's been a minute. We're gonna try to be consistent with it at least once a month. Try to get on here and get some lives going. Please look forward to whatever we're dropping. There's a few things that's getting ready to come out early spring, maybe. So
A lot of stuff coming down the next 2 months.
yeah, so just kind of hang out with us and see what's what. If we can get our hands on it, we bring it to you and give you our honest opinions. Like always, much love and respect. If you're new and you're just now seeing this, hit that subscription button, give us a thumbs up or that heart emoji. Ready to Great as always, our bourbon encyclopedia. I'm going to change his name to Bourbon Encyclopedia because Brady's packed with knowledge, and of course dropping nukes. You know, always on point. He'll try to keep us in line from time to time.
Well, dude, Torp, I'll shoot you a text.
But like always, man, we greatly appreciate it. And thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hope you get to learn something. If you got any questions, go ahead, drop them in the comment section. We'll try to reach out and correspond as we get them. But like always, look more. Peace out.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it as always.
I gotta go on the other end now.
We'll see. We'll talk again soon, Torp. Water up, nerds. Cheers. Cheers, Torp.
We picked up a couple subs.
Yeah.
Not too bad.